Welcome, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, to EVC's EMEA Valorant Cash Cup for May, and we are now at the grand finals. FOKUS Sakura versus Bitfix Puppies. Apologies, myself, Mad Dante, and the ever lovely Sleepy Bear joining. Very, very excited stuff, man. Very excited to get underway in just a moment for what is surely to be an epic grand finals.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm even back also. It's fun to be back. I had such a blast from last time when I was watching Sakura. Actually, the guys now are in the finals. So it's very fun to see them if they has what it takes to actually win the finals also.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough showing, so we can actually have a look at the rosters, just so we know we can start with FOKUS Sakura themselves. The undefeated queens so far of this run, not dropping a single map thus far. We should be able to get the history of it in just a moment for their run, and here we have it. Yeah, basically, as you can see, 2 zeros across the board, 14 12s and stuff in the group stages. Not a single map dropped, and that's going to be a hell of a challenge for Bitfix to come through and try and topple the Giants here.
I mean, yeah, definitely we get some status just becoming undefeated for the entire playoffs. Just get the extra boost in momentum, getting the Steam train rolling, and we have to see if the Bitfix got what it takes to stop the huge train that's rolling.
It's going to be a tough one. Bitfix, though, they do have a kind of run under them as well, only dropping one map. And I'm sure we can get to look at their performance on the other side as well, just to see. It's not quite as clean a slate. It's not all greens. It's not all sunshine and roses. But considering it's second place, it's basically as best as it can be. There you go. The only map dropped, the 2-1 against Clad, just very recently. So a dominant performance from themselves, but will it be enough?
I mean, it's definitely still a really good performance, going almost fully undefeated, only losing one in the semifinals. But it's like all before semi, you were undefeated. Of course, you gotta beat a better team the longer you go in the playoffs. So it's just impressive how Sakura actually made it undefeated, but it's also very impressive from Bitfix to also go almost undefeated with one game lost.
A big thing about their run is the fact that they don't lose a map. So Habu Babu, which they're playing in the quarters, they quite, I would say, notably, were able to actually take down Giant X in the previous grand finals for the last Cash Cup. A surprising 2-1 performance from Habu. So the fact that Bitfix were able to take down a team that could go up against Giant X and not only go toe-to-toe, but actually survive against them and come out with the victory, that is a statement from the Puppies themselves. So yes, okay, a map lost, definitely, I said, not as shining as solid gold a performance, but when you look at the run that Bitfix have had, it's not actually too dissimilar just in terms of the quality of the opponents that previous Cash Cups have kind of hinted that they would go against. So it's still a hell of a run, and now 2 teams to face it off. The big clash for the grand finals, and once we get into the map select, we will see how they want to go about kind of picking each other apart.
I mean, definitely. I'm not expecting this series to go anything less than best of 2 the third game. I feel like both these teams should be able to bite into each other and really show their fangs and really show why they are in the grand finals right now. Even though Bitfix lost one match, had the endurance to keep on pushing, even they had the harder position with the knife towards the throat. But also Sakura had the undefeated. They should get some games off.
Indeed. And of course, the reason we're all excited about this is there is a slot for the VCT Game Changers itself, the EMEA. So FOKUS will already usually be able to get to go in, but if Bitfix can manage to take them down, then they actually get a shot at that run. They get a shot at the actual full playthrough of it. So whenever that begins for the second format and for the second stage, it will be a promotion relegation. So because of the fact we've still got 16 teams qualifying, Swiss stage is going to have 5 rounds, 3 wins to advance, but there will be 3 best of ones, and that'll allow 8 teams to qualify. We can talk a little bit more about that at the end, but this is what these teams are both running for. And if Puppies can do this, if Puppies can actually get themselves the foot in the door for the Game Changers going into stage 3, that would be a phenomenal sentiment to echo to go through. And it might actually cause a little bit of a shakeup for the Game Changers EMEA itself going through into stage 3.
I mean, yeah, definitely, it's such a big title to actually be able to fight for, and I'm guessing already you have better knowledge about the teams. been either Sakura or Bitfix, have them been in this sort of position before, or is this the first for them? It's like maybe get some new tension, feeling like, okay, we're almost there, or it's like, okay, we're here again. Let's just do it what we usually did.
FOKUS kind of run of the day. It's for Bitfix. This is the biggest. This is the most impactful day in the world. For FOKUS, this is a Tuesday, and it's very fitting. It's very fitting the day we get the finals going that this would just be another Tuesday for them. So once we get the map bans, we're just waiting for them to kind of echo up through now. And anyone does need a kind of rundown. If you're the first time you're catching this is the grand finals, first of all, please do go give a watch of the rest of the run. Absolutely flawless stuff. And we are now outside of the Neon Demon range. We are now completely safe from those shotguns, and all have been nerfed. And of course, Ascent, welcome back into the map pool that we've seen from FOKUS previously just yesterday. So maybe a potential sneak at the first map, or at least one of the maps we will see. Depends if Bitfix Puppies have done their homeworks in the video.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so refreshing for the game to not see like a Yuri or a Neon on every map. Now you actually get to see some different types of composition, like get to see like some more races, more Jets. Jets are has been played previously, but Vice, like you see so many new different agents that hasn't had the spotlight before. So I'm just currently super excited to see so many new agents coming into the spotlight.
Yeah, indeed. We already did get a kind of brief showing. We didn't see any like deadlocks or not neons, vetoes coming through. So the Sentinels are still struggling a little bit. So we've been seeing plenty of the double controllers set up with the Viper, and someone else been seeing a lot of that double duelist, as you highlighted, Sleepy. Just whether it is the double the Jet Rays, Neon still trying to be run. We did see it from Tara yesterday as well, and unfortunately it didn't work out for Aura in the end. But there definitely was a showing, and potentially still breath in Neon's lungs yet. Just a lot of teams are now going to have to find out a brand new way to work, whether the exact same way that Waylay kind of had to take a backseat and become the more supporting role after her nerfs. So a lot of adaptation needed to be done, and we'll see who's managed the best to do it.
I definitely agree. I feel like the old Neon was like, okay, we pick Neon and the entire team plays around you. But now with the nerfs, you need to play more cautiously. You need to think more what you're doing. You can't just run in with the shotgun, hope for the best. Like you're gonna get shot now. You're gonna get punished for it. So you have to be more planned and strategized when you actually want to engage on a site.
Yeah, especially with like the double initiators like kind of coming through. Fade especially really starting to find her footing now, and Sky coming through as well. If we see the fracture, kind of all bets are off for the initiators near enough. Every single initiator can be run, and a potential chamber coming through. So we've seen a lot of variety from these two rosters. So I do think the agent variety will reflect that, and we're not going to be, fingers crossed, but I am confident that we're not going to be seeing just mirror compositions and who can run them the best. Because while that can be really, really entertaining Valorant, I would give the edge at that point to FOKUS if they are playing those mirrored compositions, just because of the extra expertise and the length of time they've had to really run and, you know, practice those set strats and those execute plays.
Yeah, last time I was here, I actually had the opportunity to cast one of these mirror comps, and one of the teams were just Sakura. And I've never really seen like such hard mirror comps. It's like you can't really do anything because what you want to do, the team also know what to do, and like it just comes out to who can shoot better and who clicks on the enemy's heads better.
It's kind of mirror comps are fundamentals versus fundamentals, and then there's certain maps that also kind of do that. I do think Fracture is one of them. I would very much highlight Fracture as just one of the maps that does rely and succeed on kind of fundamentals, but that's because it's such a weirdly designed map, especially in comparison to the more average maps that we typically see in the map pools.
I mean, yeah, definitely. But one of my favorite maps I actually cast is Split. I usually sit in cast for a Swedish league, and I know a lot of the Swedish teams love Split, and it's so fun to see them having so many different ways of playing just Split as a map. So you really get to see different views of how the map can be played and how it should be played.
Yeah, there's definitely multiple ways to play a map, but there are just simply better ways to play it in some stages, and that doesn't necessarily mean that the composition plays the map itself. It is just a case of sometimes the agents are just that good. Sometimes you do have either the utility perfectly covered, or sometimes we have seen those really kind of risky agent compositions that don't just quite end up hitting the mark. We've even seen, Triple Sentinel kind of come back, teased by a few teams. So the possibilities are pretty close to endless. I would say the only map that doesn't really get changed up, even in this day and age, is still Ascent. You're usually rocking the Sova. KO's been maybe knocked to the side a little bit, but your Sentinels and your Jets all still fantastic to run, and all of these teams will have that very least practiced and in their back pocket.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And actually so fun to just not see Euro anymore. I'm actually so happy for it. I know every Euro main will be coming to my house with a knife, but I'm so happy. It's like I also had the Euro Ulf with Hunter's Fury from Sova. Like, okay, we just run in, shoot some arrows, pop some flashes, and he's on site with the TPs and the clones and everything. I think too much mind games. Like, yes, now take it easy. He's gone. His TP can't be used anymore. He only got one flash. So I think like he is in a better spot for the game, but for the Euro mains, he's in a way much worse spot.
We've had to see a lot of players. Even the actual vibe of scouting now, even in the scene, has changed a little bit, because with Neon kind of allowing the double duelist, like the support duelist, to come through, the Neon waylays, getting the support controller to kind of work around the Viper, who's just such a core part of so many compositions on a lot of these maps. We're seeing a moment where like you don't even really need to play duelist anymore. It's more, what play style do you have? Because a lot of players can play duelist, or they can flex over to the chamber if we're relying on kind of hard mechanics. A lot of players can play, the Viper slash Astra, which is honestly a bit more of a Sentinel as well. You get the utility down, you start playing around it, and then you are able to still keep a lot of map control and a lot of presence, which used to be strictly the Sentinel's job. So there's been a lot of overlaps and a lot of abilities to test the waters, with even rosters kind of changing in-house who is playing what role. So it's very, very difficult to ever say 100% you know how a composition is going to turn out, because everyone may, or the agents may still be there, but the different names over those heads can have a massive impact on a game-to-game basis.
Yeah, and also like I feel like the teams that actually sticks with the like double duel list right now, it's becoming more and more rare. It's like something they really want to push for, this aggressive play style. But I say double initiator is the more common way to play right now.
It's definitely very, very a solid way and a very trustworthy and easy way to play. But we don't have to theorize much anymore. We've got the map bans and stuff good to go. So we should be able to just have a look at these now and see what this best of 3 holds for us, and if we even get there to that third map as well. I'm going to come in with a prediction now. Just from the stats and everything we've seen, I think Puppies are going to try and either get the pick on Fracture, or FOKUS might try and initially get the ban. It really does depend on who is picking and banning first. We don't know that just yet. So we're going to be just as in the dark as you guys with the map picks and bans, because it's always funner that way. It's nicer to rip it off the cuff and be able to react in real time and theorize on the go.
Yeah, definitely. And also like Fracture's map, as you said earlier, is so weird. And actually we do get Fracture on the third map as you predicted.
I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, Bitfocus have been running that a little bit. Pearl as well. Also a pretty common pick for them. And then Ascent. We've seen how FOKUS ran Ascent yesterday. We've seen how FOKUS ran Pearl as well. So actually, Bitfix Puppies here do have a decent map pool to really learn and adapt to FOKUS's kind of strats, because we did see on Ascent very kind of set plays and a dominant defense, which of course FOKUS will not be starting on. But even Aura were able to find gaps in that defense, gaps in those kind of setups to do solid executes, to do solid plays. So we'll see if Bitfix Puppies can find themselves doing the same. And I have my suspicions that they maybe will.
Yeah, I feel like we got like a pretty good variety of maps. We got Ascent for very close quarters, not really like that long range. We got the A side only. But Pearl, you got a little bit longer ranges. Like Fractures is this little short map with the ropes in the middle. I feel like Fracture is such a hard map to play around because it's so short. The defense can do a quick rotate. It's hard for the attack to actually get in on a site. But I will be super excited to see how they will figure out and play around it.
Only time will tell, but with the map picks and bans all sorted, we should be getting in just a moment. And already having a look at the agent rosters as well for the teams that have ran Ascent. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I know some people were maybe thinking Ascent would get avoided a little bit by these teams because it was still a little bit new, but at some point, you do have to kind of find yourselves in a confident enough spot to be able to play it. But Bitfix have not played this map yet. They did not manage. They managed to avoid it in the entire side during their run through. So learning off of FOKUS's playbook or just keeping the strats in the background are going to have to be such a factor here, because we might see a very one-sided map if Bitfix haven't, you know, alongside actually having to do their run in the tournament, studied up on their opposition.
I mean, I've actually going out of your way to get rid of the map, and on the grand final stage, being forced to play on it, I feel like that's gotta taking you by surprise, and maybe a little bit fear put into your body. You don't have really had any practice on the map like any other. Maybe don't feel as comfortable on it. So it will be interesting to see how they deal with FOKUS.
The compositions are, from what I can see, I mean, again, Bitfix, we don't have any stats for them, but for Ascent, we've seen Sakura play it twice. They have won it both times, and they have went with the same composition, so we won't spoil it, but I would be surprised if we do see any change-ups for that. Ascent, as I said, again, pretty typical compositions, pretty typical setups, and pretty set game plans, a map that didn't change whenever it came back into the rotation, so all the strats still work. All the agent compositions back in the day does still work. And even the agents that, when Ascent was out of the map pool, all the agents got nerfed that never really seen play on Ascent anyway. So if anything, it's, I guess, a nature is healing statement that maybe some people would be saying on Twitter.
I mean, on Twitter, they can say anything they like, and you probably can find any information you ever wanted on just Twitter. It's like the dark side of Google. If you just want, you make your point straight. You just open Twitter and like trying to find it, and it's gonna be some guy or girl be like, I talked to this professor, it's a engineering, a doctor or anything, and he said this is super bad, and it's like the most horrible take you ever heard in your life.
It's people's, whether, and that's the thing, and sources, we made it up 99% of the time. The trusted professor or expert is just either a fly on the wall or nothing at all. And sometimes that does come over in Valor, right? Sometimes, particularly the agents, right? I mean, particularly the agents, right? I mean, sometimes you get the teams that are very confident in the meta and they know how to play it, and then sometimes there's the teams that are the fly on the wall that go, well, a certain professional or a certain someone said this is the best agent to play, completely foregoing the skill ceiling that agent potentially has.
But I feel like this isn't like any game overall. Have people like one tricking one agent here or whatever, and as soon they get nerfed and like, this is so unnecessary. What the hell? You guys are so dumb. Have you seen this other thing that's totally like fine? Like, this shit is absolutely insane. Just what are you doing? And the keyboard almost goes breaks and like.
It's the way, it's gaming discourse in a nutshell, right? You'll never please you'll never please everyone. There is going to be someone who is always going to have a problem with whatever you've done. I will give an example, right? If anyone knows this, it's probably not going to be relevant. Sage got buffed in the last patch, and what they finally done, which is a really nice little buff, is you can no longer heal someone if they've been decayed. So, like, if you walk through a Viper's Wall, you used to be able to heal someone, and then the decay would wear off anyway. So it was just a waste of a heal. It was a really tragic ability that, like, should have been fixed long ago. I don't know why the interaction worked like that, but that got changed up, and I've seen a couple people being like, oh, the skill ceiling for Sage is lower now, and it's like, do you realize how much happens in a game of Val? Do you realize whenever you walk onto the site how much stuff you actually have to deal with if you're against a coordinated team? There is going to be flashes, utility, everything raining down upon you. You don't have that second to go, was my teammate decayed by the Viper wall? There's already too much going on, and speaking of stuff going on, 10 seconds to match start, grand finals underway. Very, very excited to get into this.
Yeah, and also let's see if Sakura sticks with the composition of agents you were talking about the last two matches. And we're pretty soon will see it.
Oh, they're keeping us on edge. Hey! Hey, there we go. And so far, yes, we'll be getting it updated live as well. So the hovers are going to be interesting. And who else to start us off? The double Sova hover within the first seconds. The absolute Ascent special.
I think if there's one map so is being forced upon, it is Ascent. It's like this is in the rule book of Valorant, and it's the first ever beta. So you're playing him on Ascent, and that's the rule, and you stick by it.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it. And despite the fact, so I mean, it's so wild remembering how this map used to get played back in 2020 or 2021. Whenever just the rest of the utility was ridiculous. Jet was updrafting twice and getting the knife angles. The Reyes was just refusing to get out of the sky because satchels were ridiculously strong. And to be fair, Waylay comes out and kind of similarly fills that role. So FOKUS Sakura, the exact same comp that we have seen from them thus far. And if anything, that should make Bitfix Puppies a little bit more comfortable when they get in game and realize that if the strats have been worked, if the research has been conducted, then they might be able to demonstrate that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always happy to see a Cypher on a team. Cypher was one of my first mains when I played Valorant. So he got hit by pretty hard nerf. Want to remember right, and like, okay, Cypher is unplayable now. If you if you listen to anything people say on Reddit or Twitter, but I feel like he's still kind of in a weird spot at the moment. His trap still doesn't really feel that good, or how do you see on that?
It's rough working with the traps right now because especially why he was so dominantly not played was or not run or seen as unviable was because Waylay would dash over the trips, saturate, and then kill him. And to be fair, right, Sammy's rocking the Waylay. We did see the hover come through, so there is a possibility we do see exactly that. I mean, again, Cypher is able to play off the site, and these two sites in particular in this map are very easy to play off of and kind of get the retakes set up and kind of good to go for the regress on the defense. So it's very, very tried and true for a reason. And Bitfix, though, they're rocking the Killjoy here, and it's always, in my opinion, a battle of the Sentinels for Ascent because the utility can have such different impacts on the rounds, and it can usually come off the back of those one really minor decisions.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And now I'm feeling the next nerf. When does the Omen nerf come?
I can't believe he is. I cannot believe. I really cannot because no one has a problem with him, but he's so ubiquitous. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I feel like he's got almost like this 100 pick rate in like high tier Valorant. Like you gotta have Omen on the team. His smokes is too good. His TP is good. His blind is good. Like his kit is good, but somewhat everyone feel like, okay, man, this is a balance. I got blind. Okay, my bad. I got hit by it, or I stood in a dumb place. Like, but he got still like almost 100 pick rate.
Omen has managed to, and that's the thing, he's not fully dodged his nerf. I mean, we seen the paranoia get scaled down in terms of its hitbox, so it didn't get quite as big a radius. So he has been hit here and there, but he somehow manages to always kind of go through it. He's just a perfect mix of the kind of the range of the smokes, how long they last, the hollow smoke as well being such an idea to kind of hide inside. And I think that's the only time we really don't see Omen is on like Pearl, maybe like Icebox, whenever the metas get a little bit shakier. And other than that, he has been the reigning champion alongside either Brimstone or Viper, or alongside Viper basically at all times, and occasionally replaced either by Brimstone or by the Astra. But he's here for the long run, and we should be getting in the game in bottom out.
Yeah, but it's up time, or maybe the Valorant and Riot Dev teams made the perfect agent, but nonetheless, folks, we are about to come into the first round. This grand final best of 3 Sakura mod Bitfix.
And it's going to be a potential collapse in on the B site here. Full 5-stack. FOKUS were playing very patiently initially. Very, very patiently initially, but now we're seeing a different sort of play style already. Immediate aggressive pistol style. And Semantic, this is really, really genius, but the shots need to be perfect. She only gets one. And Focus deal with the rat in the corner.
Puts the land completely, but now we see how they take fully control over the site. Forcing defenders to push through. But Spike is gonna go down and gonna force it to play and post plant, but Sammy gets one.
That's a clean shot from Market. We've talked about how easy it can be sometimes to play the retake here, but we do have the B main set up from Addy. A near enough 4 or 5 KD the last time we've seen her on this Phoenix in this map, and currently B main's not really getting fully cleared. Sammy does try and go for the swing, but it all comes up red and Focus with such a clean execute, despite the really, really heads-up play and really risky play that just didn't come through from Bitfix.
Yeah, I think that angle we got from them hiding behind the cage could have been so devastating for Sakura, really shutting down the first round so quickly, but nothing really came out. We got 1, but got traded 2 instead. Maybe could have gotten more from the situation, but still good. Sakura is the home turf, never looking for a mid play.
And it's not going to be a particularly fast one, but a big stack on towards here from the side of Bitfix. And Focus just playing this patient mid here to try and get the aggression up, seeing if anyone goes for the peak on Bitfix, but no one is moving yet. And it might be Star to get us through here. The corner's going to need to be cleared, and she's not expecting it. The anti-flash being played to perfection, and the absolute bloodbath ensues.
One pick down. Mal finding one, let's find another one, putting into a 3-3 situation. Want to find more TP right in front of Sammy, but doesn't hit anything. Blinds comes out, dodge second one, Adi find the entry. Matic again on the Sheriff. Really losing a lot of people now from the side of Sakura.
It's been a really, really actual good hold from the side of Bitfix here. The damage has been immense. The spike should be able to go down without too much incident, but just off the back of that then, this is where the difficulties come through. Nice fake TP from Stralin just to cause out any sort of shenanigans. The oil drone's a beautiful distraction and information gatherer. Spray, not great from Stralin, but that's why you've got to.
Gun here.
In the second round going over to FOKUS Sakura, but also that is what we're expecting. But still from Bitfix also getting the 3 picks on them. It's still a huge victory in their book. Now we get less budget to keep on having this bonus around the win streak. And might have put Sakura in a harder situation. But now we see also how Bitfix can start buying up weapons. And we might see another mid attempt from the side of Sakura.
Indeed, we will see. Looks like the potential showdown. Kind of the style that they did play on defense, the really kind of heavy execute on towards mid. The Cypher Cage is going to give Sammy the information. First shots do go wide, so now a full control on towards mid, and you can see the lurk, you can see the trade-off there. It's going to be 4 split, and then the last member of FOKUS trying to get through B main. This market hold's going to be very, very pivotal, but that's such a good curveball to get into control.
Getting through the blind, forcing it backside. Can we find one? Elisha getting one, controlling his side, shutting it down. Want to find more.
Okay, when it
He's
comes
stuck,
through,
but doesn't find Star. Now they might take control of the side, got the rest coming from mid side.
oh, such an awkward smoke coming through. The timing here as well. It's going to have to be a double swing from FOKUS. Very disgusting, but Mizzy, she's in behind. She doesn't miss anything. Take a look at the defense there. Comes in incredibly clutch with the positioning there and just guts Sakura's attempt at the offense there, shutting it down entirely. Very, very well held from Mizzy, and it keeps Bitfix looking very, very confident going into this game.
Yeah, Missy really held that down from the double swing. It's really, really good. But also from Missy shutting it down. Now, no more bonus round for Sakura. Having the weapons might get a focus on the B side.
The fight for the alt orb this time. Not actually going to go to Addy. The run it back is so easy to generate and so easy to farm on a lot of these maps. that's why the Phoenix has been so ubiquitous here. But going towards the Sova as well, Hunter's Fury going to come online, and still the same sort of execute here on towards the mid. Just everyone taking the extremities this time. Not a 4-stack up Star, just onto this mid panel side, trying to gain any sort of control on towards the arch on the market. And so far, no noise been heard. Everyone from the side of Bitfix just holding firm.
FOKUS right now trying to get through the mid side, kind of clear towards A. Going really slow this round now. First, a FOKUS Star finding Semantic with the Sheriff. Not really falling to the angle twice in a row.
Shadows traveling.
Keep on moving towards A. Now they're gonna start executing over to A site.
On the player's wall just to give a little bit of time through. Spray from Sammy is good. Damage done, but no kills. But Mizzy, whenever you need something done, whenever you need one person to hold it down, Mizzy seems to be the person here. Now 2 versus 1. Here we go. Make it 3, make it 4 versus 1. Stralin would have to do everything, and Mizzy, the 4Ks, I think back to back now, suddenly awoken. This omen is bad if you are FOKUS.
Yeah, Missy might be on fire today if she keeps this streak up going. Really been pulling her weight to last rounds, securing them for her team. I was gonna have some technical pause, I think, to fix the HUD. So we'll resume the game as soon as we get everything working.
Yeah, indeed. And it might be as well, potentially the timeout as well from one of the teams, if they've managed to get it put down, because at the moment now we've got solid back and forth here from Bitfix and FOKUS. There's not anything too much in terms of dire mistakes or anything made. FOKUS just really good at kind of controlling the maps. And to be honest, it's been a very solid showing from Bitfix as well, just to get the aggression, find the weaker site that FOKUS just are not really finding themselves on, and then managing to get the retake very, very cleanly. It's been solid defense from them. And off the back of this timeout, if it is a tech timeout, of course, they are going to be able to consult the coaches. If it is the tech, which it is looking like it is, they're just not going to be able to fully talk it through. But we've got everything set up. Looks like we did get a tag timeout, and we'll be able to confirm which team did make that calm in but a moment.
Yes, it actually was FOKUS that made the timeout. And we lost 2 rounds in a row twice. Macy shutting it down completely. Might have to figure out a new strategy. Clearly been studied now when they're moving towards A site.
The execution, it's going to be a fast-paced one. The attempted saturate not finding any value. Meanwhile, the frag nade from KO coming through just to create a little bit more space, just to get a little bit more control. And we've got the HUD now coming up. Apologies for that, but we can now get a little bit more control, a little bit more coverage. And speaking of control and coverage, Vilko, a beautiful shot on the cement. It gets the neural theft online. Attempted swing from Sammy to take by surprise, and it is good for 1, a quick trade.
See how FOKUS got the advantage in people right now, moving towards A side. Phoenix coming in missing with the bullet hitting again. Spike is gonna go down, gonna force Bitfix to another re.
Here we go. Door now getting broken down. Oh, the recon door actually getting a big scan on the Stralin. Gets away with her life. Meanwhile, the Hunter's Fury now online from Mali just to try and get a kill. Mizi, the heart stopper right now for Bitfix, is going to go down. That's going to make life a lot harder here for the retake, especially with the crossfire setup. These shots just not going the way that Bitfix would like, and it's a really, really tough push to get on here. 4 versus 2, and the call's going to be made. The guns just need to be saved, and FOKUS convert the timeout pretty decisively.
Yeah, I think what they were talking about to make the rounds more quickly, not really having this stalemate waiting around to see if Bitfix does anything, trying to punch in off them, going more aggressively, as we saw in the early round, going fast into the A side and really backing off into keep on going. But let's see if FOKUS can keep this lead going, or if Missy and the side of Bitfix can start shutting them down like once again.
It's making a show of it. Bitfix can hold on here, Sammy, with the operator. Well, not as solid in terms of the immediacy and the speed at which she can get out after taking the operator shot, but good enough here. And Elysian now trying to get some damage done with the shock darts. Curveball going to be completely avoided here by Addy. That box even checked and cleared out once again just to make sure that no concern's going to come through. We get the From the Shadows just to go into Boathouse. Mizi already wants to be on the site here with the cohort to try and hold the B site here as Elysian going towards stairs to try and find an eye.
Samurai close, Missy with the quick sheriff pick. Ali's gonna find Alicia back. We have 3v3 situation. Missy alone, backside. Looking rough, finding one with the sheriff. Trying to find anything else, but there's not enough. Nestralem coming through. Got control over the site. Even Spike is in the back. Getting replanted. Nestralem finding Sammy, getting Spike down. This might be it, but Anya finding also Adi can't finish it up for Bitfix, but it's not enough. Nestralen coming through and keeping FOKUS in the lead.
Hell of a hold, hell of a stick from Stralen. A confident one at that, and we get the scoreboard up just so you can see Mizzy at 8 and 4. Basically off the back of 2 4Ks, 2 rounds, one arguably solely off of herself. And meanwhile, FOKUS, though, just trying to keep this going. Addy and Star not putting up the performance that we seen in Ascent yesterday, at least immediately, but we have seen the danger with FOKUS as they don't seem to need to rely on one player just to pop off. Any single one of this roster really do have the capacity to show up when needed, and I think FOKUS are demonstrating that, and Star just wants to contradict me and get herself back on top of that kill feed.
Really good starting bullet coming up from Stars. You're saying forcing Bitfix to start moving towards A side, now getting you some information that people are in middle. Not really still moving, having this spike still around A side. Now deciding to move over towards a B side, maybe trying to execute before Bitfix notices.
Elysian trying to get the information here, trying to understand if anyone, but she's kind of walking into the lion's jaws. She's kind of getting attacked here. She might be able to walk away with one. That's a beautiful shot. Make it 2. She cannot keep getting away with these 1v1s. Vico has to shut her down. That could have been very, very scary for the side of FOKUS Sakura, but they eventually do weather the storm. Elysian can only get so much, but it's an even setup now. She has done enough by herself. The economy just not the best for Bitfix Puppies, but the ults online could be the difference maker.
It could be the difference maker, as you're saying. Still want to go for it with sheriffs on. Blind coming out from Omen, got information. Sematic finding one, getting caught by Nidovix. And Anya getting it, setting a 2v1 situation. Are they alone? Ult coming out from Waylay. Will be able to find the bullets, not first one, not second one. Sammy, and they're securing the round. Bitfix with the weapon disadvantage.
Thrifty and a half there as the game shows up. Hell yes, indeed. Really solid retake from Bitfix there. Excellent use of the convergent paths just to absolutely guarantee that 2 versus 1. Been highlighting it that over the course of this entire Cash Cup, it's been quite refreshing to see teams pop ultimates, especially the duelists, near enough on cooldown, I would say. Occasionally it gets saved for a round or 2, but we're not seeing moments of 3 to 4 rounds back to back where ults are saved in the pocket and getting no value. And I think that's really highlighted and really swapped up the pace of these matches in this cup so far. And we're already seeing a very fast pace from these two teams.
Sing going out in the far out in mid. Sammy looking to find something. Still in the smoke. Trying to find someone through the smoke, doesn't find anything. Falling back. Anders Fury coming out from spawn. Elisha finding Star through if it even. And also some damage dealt towards the player FOKUS.
Right here.
Oh, Anya with the big jump peek on towards it. So she's going to go for it again. Very rarely, if you ever get taken out of the sky from that jump peek, then you are being dealt with beautifully here. Anya still trying to get the information set up as well. Also a distraction for Sammy, right? It does allow this potential swing. Curveball coming through on towards Market, but it's going to be a disengage. The extremities here are still being lent on towards it. If you look towards Stralen, it's the Omen versus Omen, Mizzy and themselves there. The mirror images about to go toe-to-toe And Stralin just manages to get Mizzy down first.
Timing on the movement, just moving around the corner, blind coming out, hitting Sammy, letting both Adi and Mali getting to side. Spike's going down, gonna put him in another retake situation here from Bitfix. They did it last round with the Sheriffs. Wonder if they can pull it up once again. Lockdown getting used. They do want these points.
Oh, but we're seeing the from the shadows. Are we going to see the potential tech? No, it's just going to be everyone set up on towards wine. Stralin getting actually just out of dodge there entirely, so it's going to be a big retake. She does go for it. Meanwhile, Stralin attempted to do some shenanigans here. It's 2 for 2, but this flank, Vico's not being looked at. She's trying to get the angle. It's really awkward. She actually doesn't quite manage to make it. Anya now with the tap. Only going down now, 8 HP roughly for Sammy, 5 for Mali. And she's just a bit faster. Sammy not with the time to spare. And of course, the fourth dimension being the biggest problem for Bitfix Puppies.
5 HP coming out is not a big difference maker. They have could have gone to both sides. Both teams use quite a lot of ultimates. Seeing is Mali from the team of FOKUS soon got Hunter Fury, also Adi with her run it back. But from the side of Bitfix, it's starting looking kind of dry on the ultimates.
They have used them to good effect, but would say, completely agreed, the lockdown, good regress, but just Vilko's timing there, despite the frags not coming through, the damage ended up being more than enough, and the time that it killed, likewise. And I really have to say, Bitfix Puppies struggling just to stop Star on this control, just standing out in the open and mid with that backup from Adi. Makes it near impossible, and there's the kill on towards Sammy to market because of it, and already an opener found for FOKUS Sakura, and really nothing need to be tested in terms of the angles of these sites.
Stram right away finding Anya, and now A side is looking quite open, only have Missy on the defenders. But again, we see FOKUS is getting 2 picks, having the man advantage 3 to 5. But still playing this really slowly, not really taking any dominance. He's letting Bitfix just play their mind games, just putting ghosts in their heads. Now there's time to execute.
Where are they coming from? Where are they going to go? But finally, the question is going to be answered. 30 seconds, though, does mean that FOKUS need to get a bit of a move on here. The timing needs to be solid on from Bitfix Puppies. It's just kind of not, unfortunately, for them. And Mizzy now with only a classic into 1v5 ace clutch with 45 seconds and counting. And you can see Adi already running for the hunt, already going to find the opposition. Mizzy getting sprayed down, 1 apiece for the squad of FOKUS, and 6 and 3 going into round 10.
See, also timeout is coming out. I would imagine it is from Bitfix, and it looking like it also. I think they need to start and strategize about how to stop FOKUS, how to stop getting these early picks. Star 2-3 rounds in a row getting an early pick with the operator outlaw, really putting them in a disadvantage from the beginning. So it's already hard for them to start winning this round, making them have to play these hard retakes with already the disadvantage in people.
It is a really rough disadvantage to kind of come through now. You're suspecting potentially, especially with the ultimates online for FOKUS Sakura, the 9-3 could very easily be the half line coming into this. And it's not awful. Defending on Ascent is a bit awkward just with how solid the executes have been tried and tested in this stage, but that might still be a tall order for Bitfix here, especially with rocking the single duelist, right? You're really relying on Sammy for those entries and for those setups. And credit to her. On the defense, she has been showing up signs of life, and we might see that reflect on towards the halfway line. But either way, it's here and now. A decent buy for both teams. But Adi on the run it back, another 6v5 for FOKUS Sakura.
Right now seeing Bitfix moving all the members towards B side, having A side almost completely open. Trying to go aggressively towards the middle. And Sam doesn't find the bullets the right way. Getting picked earlier once again to FOKUS with the advantage in people once again. Also from B main, Missy finding Mali.
The team, it's just unfortunate. Such a tried and true execute, but the team flash just not getting the value. Now the neural theft to try and get the push coming through. Addy's dealt with, but again, that's a completely free kill. The cloudburst just to keep Star safe on that initial flash here. The coverage of the site already very, very clean. Hot hands especially making life difficult for Anja to come through, and now the door being double smoked. The top of heaven now having to be pushed through without any hopes of a flash. But Mizzy using the angle, using the recon dart to get the damage in. Elysian through the smoke as well, gets the headshot on the Star. Suddenly a very potential winnable scenario here. That's the wall bang, by the way, that Mizzy found herself. It's an absolutely disgusting angle that now FOKUS Sakura are going to have to consider. 2-on-2 just to try and get the possession. Door broken as well.
Missing gonna have to take this duel against Nidix, seeing the trip side. They're standing in such a good position. No one can take this one duel. They also got backup. Missy needs to swing this. Elisha tries. Finding one. Missy goes down. It's Elisha against Nidix. And finding the bullets, putting them and stopping FOKUS winning streak.
Oh, Vilko just getting a bit too antsy. Trying to get the timing on Elysian. Not sure where she would be after that. Not sure where they would be found. And Elysian just ready enough there. Not too much time left on the spike, but more than enough to get the defuse. And Bitfix now, off the back of another timeout here, they might be able to find themselves potentially equating a 6-6 scoreline. Would be quite nice for them. But then you have to really rely on Sammy on that duelist whenever we get to the side swap.
Still, Hunter's Fury is ready for Mali, and also from the shadows coming out from Star. Not really ready yet for the side of Bitfix Puppies. But I think the aggressive play from the last round is a really impressive move to make. Also, we see Star trying against Sammy, hitting it instead. Now FOKUS is down one early in this round.
Yeah, that's a rough start. If you're FOKUS, it's a fantastic showing. If you're Bitfix Puppies, though, I did ask Sammy, would need to start seeing more signs of life getting into this half, and she's done exactly that. Opening kill onto one of the most important members of FOKUS makes attacking a lot harder without that dash and cloudburst on the site. And now Mizzy with this Guardian time and time again has been so strong, so solid. Paranoia comes through, Shock Dart does hit, but the regen shield is going to be enough here, and the pre-fire and the Guardian does get Addy cut down a little bit here, but the Molly is going to heal and prevent any crossing coming through from the side of Garden. In fact, there's going to be a cross from FOKUS. Beautiful flash, beautiful swing from Addy, but it's lighting up green. Sammy and Elysian managed to answer back, and it is just that waylay going her way onto heaven. But Vilko, this timing's beautiful, good for one. Do they realize there is that lurking killjoy from Semantic? Yes, she does. And she's going to now rush through all the way towards the B site. She has that information of where Elysian was, so she is going to beat her in the race. Will Elysian just get there in time before the spike can get planted? 14 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Everything let's lose once. And now we can see Elijah can maybe clutch it up once again. Having the HP disadvantage, gonna walk right into the crosser of Nidix. And not a really hard round for her to clutch up from this position. And once again, the FOKUS is back on the win.
One left, one more round in the economy. A little bit shaky, actually, but you've got a Star on the Blade Storm, so can get themselves sorted as well. Yeah, the economy's going to be fine enough. And meanwhile, speaking of shaking economy, Bitfix Puppies looking with a sore spot here. Ultimate's on the board. Use or lose. Last round of the half. Can Bitfix make this a contentious 5-7, or do we see FOKUS just run away with the lead?
Yeah, I've seen no reaction from Bitfix now. Don't want to challenge them in middle. Instead of putting a lot of people towards A site. Having not the best weapon at the moment, sitting on the Sheriff. Did it once before with the Sheriff clutch. Making it harder for FOKUS to play. Not really want to take this aggressive fight as they did the last couple of rounds. Jones gonna come out and find anything. Most likely he'll never find.
Doesn't find too much, but the information does get found, and the Hunter's Fury now online from Elysian. That's such a lock-on. That's such an angle found, and as you can hear, the ultimates all coming through now. The convergent paths as well. Addy already been dealt with. And FOKUS Sakura's execute taken out at the ankles there. Absolutely stunning hold from Bitfix Puppies, and now it's up to the IGL from Sakura to try and wrangle the team and see how an execute can be developed from there.
Seeing Ascent FOKUS walking up through middle, got a lot of drones, knife coming out, not hitting anything, but Mali on the trade and Sami from the shadows coming in from backside. Puka doesn't match it, having it walking right in front, but the cross just goes away. Stralen finding Mace in the backside, Elisha hitting the Stralen back with the Sheriff, putting them in a 2-2 situation. Adi once again from position, from putting Elisha in this position once again, and not this time either. And FOKUS is taking the round once again.
And the Hunter's Fury from Mali just coming through as a little bit of a celebration there from Mali. And it's the Sovas, really, the battle of the Elysian and herself, 13, 9, and 7 respectively. Very, very solid work from these initiators, getting that value. And now, as I said, it is just these executes from Bitfix. You've got the flash from KO, you've got that, so plenty of utility to get on the site, especially with Sammy's execute from the Lightspeed Refract Saturate combo. We'll just see if it will be enough. If the pistol goes FOKUS's way, Bitfix Puppies could find themselves really struggling to get any sort of round momentum gained in this first map.
Already Eliza lining up the sonar dart towards side, not finding anything, seeing the rest of FOKUS just taking calmly, rounding it back on the way lake, finding the first pick on Nidix. And once again we see how Bitfix not really committing towards the side, walking back, maybe look for the rotate.
And now the fight for mid, but there's already so many members of Sakura here ready and waiting. Star going to be going for the swing. Gets the first shoulder through. Believe the cross from Mali is good, so not going to have the information means Mizzy going to be a bit of an easier target here. The tailwind now online from Star. Still trying to get the shots onto Anya. If you actually look, there is such a big flank from Sammy coming through here, but it's just too late. The timing is not going to come through enough. Because of that, the attacker's now stuck on the same angle. We're right back to where we started here. One player missing a piece.
Need one player. I don't really know if the teams know where the enemies are at the moment. Sam is still on her lurking. Can't find anything at all. We're seeing the members of Bitfix is moving towards A. It's only Stralem there alone to defend. Sam trying to find something in the back, sitting and waiting. How long does she wait before she's moving up?
Oh, Samantha gets found after all that, but Sammy's still good for Mali. At the very least, 5 seconds, so the spike does need to get stuck. That's exactly what Elysia will do. Beautiful shot on the Stralin there. The pace just a little bit too fast, and now Star and Addy, really the star players of this roster, of this team, of FOKUS, and so far it's looking like it's going to go well. That's a beautiful curveball, and it just makes life impossible for Elysia. Wonderful retake from FOKUS, but really has to be said, a solid aggressive style from Bitfix Puppies, really playing off of their timings, just not able to really capitalize off of it.
After a very long and quiet round, it's going over to FOKUS. It could have been going both ways, which is the final bullet 2v2 situation. Having FOKUS going around with two holding hands is making it easier to double swing instead of Bitfix holding the different angles, trying to take this 1-1 duels, make it a little bit harder, but it's still something that can work out.
It's a really risky play if you are going for the 1-1 duels, because you're in a better scenario to take that 1v1, but again, if you do end up losing it, if you do end up being caught by surprise, speaking of being caught by surprise, Marshall versus Outlaw, Star's actually the one to able to land the shot onto Sammy. Beautiful setup from Sakura to make sure the recon dart isn't going to do some damage, and Sammy does fall. Addy gets herself all the way back up to that 100 HP as well. The Marshall still from Star here. Beautiful shot on Elijah there. Very, very clean. Already 2 members of Bitfix down. It is a lower buy for them. The Outlaw even secured on mid. But the difference here is really night and day, Sleepy. Whenever we've seen FOKUS on the mid, it was so confident, so dominant. But Bitfix Puppies cannot seem to get that same level of stability.
I cannot agree less. The difference making from when FOKUS was on the attacking side, they still had some plan to move around, but also they were still waiting for Bitfix to make a decision. But it never really happened, and now it's looking quite rough for him. Time is ticking down, 45 seconds left on the round, and it looked like they want to commit on A side. Anya with the Outlaw. He's gonna try to find Strahl, just around the corner, shoulders missing. Now they got almost full information where Team Bitfix is hiding.
Oh, and such pre-push damage. Del, such a spray from Ade, and Mali picks it up so easily, so strongly. That was the buy. That was the buy that was suspected to go on FOKUS's side. So now a full buy up from Bitfix, but I say that it should be a full buy up, but that force the Outlaws online means this is going to be a very checkered buy. Couple of Vandals online, but Sheriffs and a couple of hero rifles, really. We'll see if Bitfix Puppies can make this work. Granted, they do need to make something work, so I do not hate this decision.
It's definitely a huge investment trying to fight the second round after losing with the Outlaw. But I'm getting suppressed right off the bat. And once again, we are in this situation where we're trying to find people waiting for one to make the move. Star just sitting waiting for them to make the move, walking right into a crosser. How long should we have to wait? Now I'm slowly moving. She finally start fighting Hookah in the end after the long stand down. Sammy trying to get some quick pick for her own. Now also Elijah finding a star after his first pick, putting them in the over more people advantage.
Numbers advantage for Bitfix, but it's even with the numbers advantage, they've just really struggled to find a site and really stick to an execute that hasn't made life so difficult for them. And again, look at what FOKUS are doing while Bitfix are getting themselves stacked up here. So much of this map has been cleared. So much information kind of means that if you are the Cypher set up here, if you are Vilko, you know where this is coming. You know what the play is, and that you can attempt to counter it. Sammy put down to 2 HP, but going to get onto the site either way. So now a 2 versus 4 setup. Addy trying to get the kill. Does manage to sneak in to the other side of the smoke. Gets through the door. Only good for 1, but does get the spike carrier. 10 seconds left. 3 versus 1 should be enough to get the spike planted. And Mali not using the drone, not trying to give anything away with the recon dart. And now with the information, found the shock dart. 1 doesn't go far. Sammy only 2 HP, could die. And a slight gust of wind here. Recon dart still online as well for Mali. If she does want to try and get the information, the timing couldn't go in her favor, but it does come through. The information of now both has been found. Mali should be aware of a stand here. Yep, that's good for 1. Elysian does fall, and the spray from Sammy gives her position away. And Generator is Mali's home turf. Additional electricity surging through FOKUS off the back of that.
Mali's just a straight up clutch factory when it comes to these hard situations. Really know how to pull it through in the end. And crazy how she goes through that in the end, finding 4. And also Addy through the door in the smoke. Such a great position to be in. Only finding 1 sadly, but it could have been huge for them already.
That's absolutely fire. That's insane work as a retake there. And Bitfix believe, yeah, this is their last time out. They need something to work. They really need to discuss anything that can potentially get themselves a win. And it is just my personal 2 cents. It really is this indecisive attack, this not really able to go for a full execute and not really having the map space or the map presence off the back of a failed execute to rotate. FOKUS just either have all the map presence in the world and know what Bitfix Puppies attacks is going to be, or they just have the info early on and can kind of shut it down before it ever really starts.
Exactly. And also looking at the scoreboard, Mali up having 20 kills, really been pulling through this match. Also, Missy have been slowing down, had a really amazing beginning of their map, finding 2 4Ks in a row. Not really finding a ground anymore.
Not really.
Take flight.
See if anything can happen here, but Star just kind of casually walks away. She doesn't want any of that smoke. Oh, and Addy the one to face it.
She knew it wasn't her battle to take, and instead it's going to be paying hard for the side of Sakura, losing 1 member already early in the round. Let's see if Bitfix want to do anything, waiting for maybe FOKUS to do this full clear again, searching for the entire map. But not really doing anything. Once again, he's sitting and waiting.
So quiet. Bitfix are just so tentative about Sakura just finding all of these angles, and that's a problem. Whenever you're playing with so much respect against your opposition, you're not really getting too much space. You're not really finding these angles. Again, mid completely empty. If an execute comes through, it would have to be delayed from Garden. If Bitfix do decide to rotate off the back of it, and the indecision still really showing, but it looks like the calm to finally go towards the ace.
My team have been rotating, but Spike is still left on B. Must be hold. Sami want to now clear, almost seeing Stralem.
Oh.
Will she be able to find him? Coming out, swinging, Stralem finding one, trying to tip it away, but it doesn't go all the way. Anya and Miss is taking the side. Spike's going down, Hunter Fury going down, taking damage out. Will it be down? Star with the operator. And also Mali with Hunter Fury going down, putting them in a much better situation. Now a 3v2. Let's see if FOKUS can make it happen once again.
Oh, the timing! Oh, Semantic, nearly a pixel, if even. A nanosecond difference. Now Mizzy has to do it all, but then she's got the Guardian in hands. If there's one person to do it, if there's one scenario it can happen, but Mali is just so composed. And with the backup from Star there, it wasn't going to be much difficulty. And Star casually descending from the heavens to get the spike diffused. Match point for FOKUS Sakura, or map point for FOKUS Sakura.
It is truly so sad to see having such a beautiful golden moment staring you into your eyes. We just stripped away in such quick matter. Could have really saved the round, but we had the rotating from FOKUS, really finding her in the last second. So as you're saying, it's the match point for FOKUS. And how we look from Bitfix is they're once again stacking towards the B site.
Yeah, indeed. Now, a very quick heads up, just in case anyone does not know, Semantic is actually Hoka. So a big shout out as well. Just the IGN looking a little bit different. So unfortunately, for not really having a game that the name maybe would present. But it can just be difficulties coming through. Now the hot hands immediately to stop the push coming through. Addy trying to just get herself set up to avoid all of this utility. Beautiful double commitment. The Hunter's Fury plus the convergent paths. The operator shot does come through. The trades are down. The information as well. Despite Anya with that information, with the site control on down to the corpse. She's not getting it cleared out yet, and she doesn't realize where Stralen is. The res is going to come through. But the timing here, you say that's fair, but they're not looking. They're not looking right now at the very least. This timing could be everything here. Anya coming through, has to get the spot. Stralen finds one, but Mizzy holds it down, refuses to let go of the Guardian. And Bitfix Puppies are not in the kennels just yet.
It could have been so horrible if she was keep on looking towards the CT spawn. Instead of having Saran coming from behind. It was truly the matter of seconds, as you were saying. But also, Bitfix Puppy is still in the game, not really been counting out yet. But now how we're looking, ultimate use last round. Want to find something towards A side. One way coming out.
Stralin trying to get cozy up into wine, but we've seen this angle we've seen Sakura actually clear this angle themselves before. We'll see if there's any difference of value coming through, and real big concern now. The utility, the paranoia comes through, the dash from Waylay and Sammy, but still, Stralin going to be very, very safe. Wine getting cleared, but Stralin's already more than out of dodge.
See if they want to commit. Now again, moving towards the other side. I have no real setup towards the base. I only got some Cypher cam up, trying to find information from a safe distance. Just gotta have to be a quick execute if they want to go towards the B site. I think the drone. Now they might be suspecting something's going on towards the B site. What? Where's the spike? It's towards A site.
And that's already been dealt with. Bitfix Puppies really trying to sell a B push, but the oil drone onto A just coming out a bit too soon. Gives the plan away, and now a 1v1 here from the shadows to get onto the back of Boathouse. So the B site is going to be comfortably held here. But you look at the retake from Addy already coming through. Goes 1 for none. Spike is down. Addy as well in the corner, safe enough here. The damage being done. Vilko on the site. And FOKUS Sakura just cut up the opposition. Bitfix Puppies go down. Lose 5-13, and now FOKUS Sakura have one more map to go flawless for the entire Cash Cup, unless they can be found, unless some weakness can be identified, and it's really do or die now for the opposition and Bitfix Puppies.
I mean, I've in the beginning it was really equal in the match. It was round back and forward, but then the time at 4 FOKUS happened, and they started rolling over Puppies, and I didn't feel like they could stop the train. They didn't know how to play around it. We saw in the rounds getting the first pick, Sakura on the Puppies, and just sitting around waiting for him to make a mistake and to punching it, then on the last second pushing towards the side and taking the round. So I think it was hard for him to find the problem and solution to that problem.
Yeah, I would have to really highlight that as well. Like, it's so difficult for the Puppies because anytime that anything was really done, FOKUS were just playing the clock to perfection. And we've seen that Puppies on the attacking side were trying to do something similar, but there was never enough kind of map presence, and the sells for the pushes weren't necessarily, being fully honest, the best at times. The utility being put through a little bit early, like the oil drone we just seen there on towards A main, while there's a fake attempted towards B site. So it's going to be a tough angle to come through. But Ascent been and done now. A very solid showing from Sakura. And again, we've seen how they played on Pearl yesterday. This is exactly a rerun of how they played against Aura. So Bitfix Puppies are going to have a very, very solid Pearl if they want to pull it out of this oyster.
I mean, yeah, definitely. If they keep on working like this, FOKUS, it's gonna be hard for Bitfix to actually stop them because they were so dominant in the second half of the match. And here we'll see the stats coming out from this map. Mali from the side of FOKUS pulling really through, and also Elijah, the MVP from Bitfix. But forever, these are two MVPs dependent on stats. Do you feel like any other should be up there on the MVP?
I mean, to be honest, I while it's not up there, the Stralin Mizzy show was pretty fun. The Omen versus Omen was absolutely really, really cool to see. And it was quite nice that we see Mali and Elysian at the MVP, and then Stralin and Mizzy kind of running basically neck and neck there because of it. Very solid smokes, very, very solid mechanics, particularly from Mizzy. Stralin playing a little bit more fundamentals, and Mizzy just rocking the mechanics with the Guardian, but not enough at the end of the day. Just such a performance from Sakura. And I mean, everything really came through. I mean, the Hunter's Furies were solid. The sonar scans were great. Even whenever Mali was choosing not to use the oil drone, it was really, really solid stuff. But for the moment, it's really, really good stuff. But for the moment, one potential map left. We're going to cut it just a very, very short break while the teams get themselves fed, watered, rehydrated, and get the map loaded up. And when we see you, it could be the final map of the Cash Cup here in May, and it could be FOKUS on a clean sweep for the entire way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hellos, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, and welcome back. We've just had our little break, and now here is the question. We move on to Bitfix Puppies map pick, and if they do not win it, if they cannot convert it, FOKUS Sakura will not only walk away with their opponent's map win, not only walk away as the Cash Cup winners for May, they will have a entire clean slate while they did it.
I mean, it's never going to be a feat to bring it towards the next is having this when going completely undefeated through the entire playoffs and everything. So it's going to be clearly interesting to see if they actually can pull through now. FOKUS with now we're moving towards Pearl, that you said was the pick for Bitfix. And I'm not really sure who's defending, but I think it will be Bitfix also.
Yeah, it's a defense for Bitfix, and they've picked it, of course. So, opposition map pick now. Can you survive on your own map pick? Because I have to say, with Bitfix looking a bit nervous on the attack, really kind of hesitant on those kind of executes, and the utility just not being timed as solidly, as kind of tightly as it could have been. Pearl is a map that is far more punishing about that than Ascent is. So Bitfix are going to have really used this break, really used this time to make sure their Pearl is up to code. And because it is their map pick, I do have confidence in them. But we did see FOKUS Sakura really make a meal out of Aura yesterday on this map, and Bitfix do not want to be the dessert.
Hopefully not, but saying is their map picks would probably have some more plan around it, as you were talking about. They had been dodging Ascent, hadn't really played it, and still coming away with a 13-5 on the map that really played. Like, it's what you expect what happen. It's how it's gonna go. You had Sakura and FOKUS just being the more comfortable team on the Ascent.
It was just pure comfort. It really was. You do not play timers that low down. You do not kind of wait for the 20-second executes unless you are super comfortable that execute is not only going to go well, but basically flawlessly. Because if you do, give your opposition that opportunity, even just to slow you down on that defense side, which again, FOKUS off the back of like Addy's Molly with the hot hands, was just really good at shutting those pushes down. There were glimpses of it. There were very much glimpses of it from the side of Bitfix, and we'll just see if map number 2 is where the glimpse becomes a full shining light on their strats and executes.
I mean, we saw already the first couple of rounds through Ascent. It was really equal in the score. It was 2-2, so I think it was like 2-3, 2-4. And then FOKUS started rolling the train and just stacking the rounds on each other. And I really feel like Bitfix had a problem to stop them. They took some timeouts, but it's only helped them like one round that like didn't really go their way either. It was a good attempt, but didn't make it all the way.
We've seen what they could do with the ultimates, like the attacks with the ultimates. We've seen the Convergent Pass Hunter's Fury stacks. I mean, probably potentially see something similar going into Pearl as well. Again, the composition's pretty similar to what you would expect. Again, we might actually, I know we talked about the Omen being as ubiquitous as he is, but Astra's time to shine now on this map, 9 times out of 10, if not 99 out of 100. And as we get into the map picks here, very excited to see what happens. Sammy has been rocking the chamber, and there we go, the immediate pick here. And so far, FOKUS Sakura looking, if it ain't broke, do not fix it.
I mean, why would you? I also looked up some information here on side, and I noticed Missy is actually Danish. So as a Swedish person, can no longer support her in her battle here today. I'm sorry.
No, that's we're not fully biased, but there has to be some level of it, a level of whether it is national pride or national, I guess, opposition. A little bit of it does come through, but either way, as long as it's a good series, that's all that matters. And Sakura, literally the only change, Stralin swapping out the Omen for the Astra, and meanwhile Mizzy meeting her as well. So if Anya goes for the Sova, not expecting it, Elysian, of course, jumping off from it and towards the Tejo, be seeing a potential another double duelist, or a single duelist from the side of Bitfix Puppies and the double duelist from Sakura. It really is down to what Anya's picked, but you can see a highlight at the bottom. It blends in with the background, but it does say KO, and that's probably what we're going to see. Oh yeah,
Ah, it
yeah.
does. Is it? Are you sure?
The magnifying glass comes out and he's like, I'm checking this. I gotta really double check. Yes, it
Is he
does
speaking the
blend in.
truth?
Look, I spread misinformation on the internet before. I don't mind that I need a fact checker.
No, but I think we're seeing the both competition here again. Two very different. Bitfix going for Teho, still seeing the Astra from both teams. I think it's gonna be a fun series, still having these two different team comps of agents.
It's what is quite scary. I mean, Bitfix have also, so they've ran this composition 100% win rate, 100% pick rate as we go. So yeah, Anya just being taken into the shadow realm, but she is running the KO. She is running that. So the compositions, as you can see here, very, very solid, 100% for everyone, 100% win rates as well. FOKUS Sakura just with that smaller sample size. So we'll see if Bitfix Puppies' comfortability on the map does shine through, and it kind of needs to.
I mean, it's funny. There's only one team who will keep on having this 100 win streak on Pearl, and he's saying it's leaning towards Bitfix having the more amount of games played, but also FOKUS Sakura took the first map, obviously having some more good mental with them from the first map. So we'll see if a Bitfix can pull through.
We hope so. We should just be getting into game in but a moment, and really going to be focusing, I think, on Elysian for that Teho utility. The Armageddon is such a strong ultimate for kind of the retake scenarios or avoiding the plants, especially if Sakura are going to continue that pace that we seen on Ascent. You know, very much waiting out the timer, waiting to play the extremities, even get a pick, and still make more presence on the map before they executes. We'll see if that either continues to really kind of essentially reap a harvest, or if it'll be a complete drought that Bitfix can force with the adapted playstyle.
Yeah, really gonna be interesting to see. It's saying it's the solo duelist for the side of Bitfix, and as we were speaking about it earlier, the solo duelist is becoming more and more common to see in these big tournaments. So we'll see if FOKUS like that know something that no one else doesn't with this still going into double duelist with Phoenix and Jet. And also we talked about earlier, Astra is like 99% chance you're picking Astra on this map. Are you picking something else? You're gonna have a rougher time than someone that had Astra.
Basically 100% of the case, it's going to be true. She is that dominant. Occasionally you do see you know, the Omen even does manage to find his way occasionally in this map with the double controller, the Viper comp, but even then Astra's still really solid alongside her. So very ubiquitous. And the pick rate, of course, as we said, 100%. The win rates for Bitfix, though, so to really highlight this, and they start on the defense, they are currently rocking an 83% defensive win rate. So we're looking at the very least, probably Bitfix Puppies hoping for around an 8-4 end to the half. If they can really make this a bit confident. The attack still looks very strong as well, 75%. But FOKUS Sakura, even with the lower kind of sample size that we did mention, you know, 75% win rate on attack themselves and a 100% win rate on the defense that we seen yesterday. Not a single round converted from Aura on the half switch there. So Bitfix not really going to have all the notes, every kind of capability and every type of scenario studied, just because they didn't, not all of them showed up during the FOKUS Aura set. So we'll see if Bitfix Puppies can adapt and react to those additional potentially unknowns.
Yeah, I'm still curious how they will play around this double duelist. And as we're seeing right now, we have some technical issues. I think this with joining up with the game. I'm not really sure. I'm just sitting here talking. That's my job. The technical stuff, I have no idea how to do. I barely know how my computer works. I got my friend that I call as soon as my computer is somewhat struggling. I give him a call. Hey, my computer is acting up. What's wrong? It's like, oh, just do this simple thing. Like, oh, it's working now. Oh, thank you so much. And like we talk to each other like in the next month when something else breaks.
It's good having a direct hotline to people that can fix stuff that you have no clue how it functions at all. And hopefully as well, there should be that hotline for the tech issues, and it will be just a matter of moments before we do get ourselves into game. I'd have to imagine it is Anya with the disconnect just because of that empty player card showing the KO. Might be wrong, so apologies to Anya from my side. That is a bit of a speculation if it's not that PC, but regardless, we should be getting into it in just a moment. Of course, if it is anything longer, we will update you guys as necessary. But for the moment, everything's kind of been said and done. We've seen the compositions. We know what the expectation from FOKUS is. Again, if anyone's just joining us here, it is all to play for now. One more map and FOKUS's clean slate for this Cash Cup will be showing off. And again, just time will tell at this point.
I mean, it sure will. If still is the chance that FOKUS will go at a completely undefeated series, but they having Bitfix Puppies also almost had it undefeated, had a hiccup at the semifinals with a 2-1 instead, but still were able to close out the game. So we'll see. And also, like with Bitfix having the higher win rate on this map with the 2 games played versus 1, it's like a little bit more to brag about, a little more bragging rights. It's yeah, I'm so curious. I'm wondering if we're gonna see the same play style we saw on Ascent, getting this early pick from the side of FOKUS, and like then waiting out Bitfix to see if they will do something, trying to clear out some more space, getting caught once again, or if they have a completely different game style right now.
It's going to be really, really interesting, especially just because again, Pearl is so much more. You know, the ace, the mains angles almost feel like the extremities, right? Because you've got either the double door or art into that kind of path that leads down onto the B main. So there's plenty of kind of closer angles and closer points of contact for these teams, especially again, you know, that the hole in the brickwork in towards art. I mean, it's been a while since we've had to consider that, but you could potentially see, right, the updraft come through from Star, the Blade Storm potentially just to try and steal a kill here and there. Those additional angles that maybe have been forgotten about because it's been so long since we've really had to fully respect Jet. But she's coming back in fierce and fast. And Star, if anyone, is certainly one of the spearheads for that, at least especially for this roster and for this series.
Yeah, we saw Star showing up with the Operator Outlaw and Marshall during the last map. So I think she will definitely enjoy this much more when it gets more open angles, but we'll also see how that will go.
We will indeed in just a moment. And we should hopefully be getting into this in just a moment. We'll be getting a little bit of a back and forth from the voices in our heads, just with if we are actually going to go on ahead or if we are going to get ourselves sorted. Starting does look, as you can see, the update has just came through. So just making sure the teams are all comfortable and sorted. It looks like we should be good to go. So any, I guess, final predictions, any kind of hopes, whether it is just either a wacky play from one of the teams or even just how the series is coming through?
I mean, we saw that one play from Adi on the retake, sitting in the smoke behind the door, had a golden opportunity to clear as many Bitfix Puppy members as possible, but only able to get one. So I think if anyone's going to have some spicy plays, it's going to be from the side of FOKUS.
We'll get to see it. Star and Addy have been a very dominant duo, and Stralin as well. Definitely a lot of potential, and we should have the overlay as well. Here we go. So that little bit of an extra break was more than worth it here, ladies and gentlemen. The stacks are in, the teams are set, and potentially the second last pistol round of the entire Cash Cup, and it's FOKUS to start us off with the pressure.
Right off the bat, we're seeing very aggressive laser from FOKUS. So want to go and challenge Bitfix already. A headhunter from Sammy coming out, founding Nico directly. Meanwhile, we're seeing the rest of the FOKUS finding Brutal, trying to get as far as know in the backland. Now fighting the battle, Elijah finding one Stralin, the take back. Now it's still a hard position to be in. Anja trying to get something, have to run back far. Hitting the flash though on Stralin, going out too far. But the Star on the call up, a 3v2 possible retake position here for Bitfix.
This is very, very scary because look at where the second, look at where the backup is from Mali. This is very, very delayed, but Mizzy here, the timing could be caught. Star Now he just made that distraction, made just enough here. Just get the lineup shot. Make sure, take your time. No rush necessary there from Mali. Beautiful flank. And now that means Dugout's not getting cleared. The tunnel vision from Sammy a little bit brutal. And now Semantic stuck in a 2 versus 1 here with the spike already ticking down the light speed. The refract attempting to find something. But a double stack from FOKUS is going to mean Semantic just dashes light speed into their demise.
Yeah, very fast round coming out to start for FOKUS. Really split up even. I feel like there were members on every single corner of the map.
Need a drop.
And we're seeing really Star right now already on
I might have. And I stand by it. I stand by it. I memed on the man, and the production memes us back, I guess. The swings and roundabouts, and if you can't handle the heat, then I guess you shouldn't say anything. So, you know what? Fair play. And a big shout out to the production, of course, as always, for making me seem like the bad guy. I apologize, and now I'm going to have to defend myself on Twitter until the end of time. But meanwhile, speaking of the defense, Bitfix Puppies just very split out on all these angles, trying to play the crossfires off of just the setup from Sammy on towards double doors there.
Yeah, really taking a really passive position here from Bitfix. They had a round earlier last map. They really won on the sheriff side. Now finding something is Hookah, not really. Struggling with the Bulldog, taking control of the B site. This is a hard round for Bitfix to win. It's not supposed to win this. Trying to get some head under shock torch, gonna land hit a lot of people. Finding Sammy also. Stopping the plant a bit. Also Audi finding Missy. And it's looking quite rough for them.
The salvo plays, though, this is really causing a bit of a distraction, but there's plenty of time on the clock, and the salvo plays are really only a difference maker whenever we're looking down, staring down the barrel at the end of time. But finally, time is what will end. Star manages to get a shot on Tanya, and such a back and forth Mali, I believe, trying to get that spike planted at least 3 or 4 times. Finally, if it doesn't work at first, try again.
It was the saying the meaning of insanity to try the same thing. Try to keep on trying the same thing, expect a different result. The meaning of insanity, but finally it worked for FOKUS in the end. I don't know if the insanity is the right, but now we're seeing FOKUS coming out on their bonus round here against Bitfix. Also a very semi-aggressive position of finding Missy really.
Oh, but such a shot, such a spray from Semantic. Manages to execute one of the quite literal star players from FOKUS. Now just able to disengage here. This is one of the biggest moments for Bitfix. FOKUS were so rarely struggling on the attack necessarily because the executes were so clean or the plan was there. So a stolen frag off the back of nothing there means FOKUS now have to find a way to adapt in the disadvantage.
Yeah, we're seeing again taking the conf approach, one player down, we're seeing FOKUS. We'll see if Sammy can find Mali. Flash coming in, not really hitting the shots, have to back away. Seeing now how FOKUS now starting taking this mid control, and now got a lot of space to do whatever they want on.
Yeah, it really is just a moment now. All control, everything being covered now by Bitfix, and it seems like they've got a plan set up, but they have to worry about this double door angle too. This elbow angle is going to need to be played to perfection by Mizzy and Semantic. Beautiful break on the recon dart there would have spelled potentially disaster, and the salvo's already being pre-fired. Addy with the wide swing, doesn't care about the lower, doesn't care about the one-way smoke at all. And FOKUS have suddenly got themselves set up again. Addy not expecting the aggression to come through. Meanwhile, beautiful blade frag made from the side of Anya. Vilko just not able to hold it down. So nice work from Bitfix. A nice, arguably retake, but they were never fully taken off of the site.
I mean, it's really good played from Bitfix, really using advantage come from different angles, having a higher, lower, behind, above, everywhere. There's people from Bitfix shooting at FOKUS and taking the round, not really giving FOKUS any bonus round free to takes. But now we're looking to the real first round here. It should be having enough credits for each team to get each of their own full buy.
We will see if it's going to be enough. It does kind of need to be. And the overlay, as you can see, the guns are not just classics and pistols. They are a little bit higher firepower than that. And the Bladestorm as well online for Star. As such, an early angle is going to make life pretty difficult here for Bitfix. We've seen how the aggression plays. We've seen how the updraft dash, Cloudburst combinations are so good at opening up the sightlines. But for the minute, FOKUS just playing a little bit more of a default, little bit more control style and posted up onto the mid, just in case anyone from Bitfix Puppies gets a little bit anxious and maybe overcommits.
This is what made them win the last map, waiting for Bitfix to make the move. But right now, I think we're seeing a different side of Bitfix at the moment. Really taking safe start, going very aggressive up here. Smoking the first one, find the double swing, can't find anything. Hookah find the first pick of the round. Now we're seeing the spike actually is moving towards B side. Missy alone. Running back is getting used and misused, accepting the fate and moving back and gonna play for the retake again.
It's gonna be it should be simpler though. The salvo does come through, does a little bit of damage, but now the spike being planted open to adapt for that. But Anya just with the spray, a massive, massive kill. The flashpoint as well now needing to be turned, and Vilko managing to find a safe corner, but this is a much more awkward spike to play the post plant around. Vilko really going to struggle to get out of this corner. Blazewall not going to be used to get her saved either, so stuck in this corner, the Astra Stars, the Nebulas, the Mollies, everything could come through, and Addy trying to make something happen with the flash, but so patient from Bitfix here, and the dash from Semantic, an extra smoke that needs to be covered, and that's a surgical retake from Bitfix. Puppies FOKUS just getting caught completely unawares, a literal flawless from Bitfix.
I mean, I think we definitely can see why Bitfix shows this map and why they're currently undefeated on it. The retakes for these guys are absolutely surgical, as you're saying. They know exactly how to play when they're playing so beautifully together also. And also having a little bit of a technical pause once again.
Get your EMEAs out and spammed in the chat. We appreciate it all. We do appreciate it every single time. So hopefully you'll be back with us now once we get through the graphics. But at the moment, hopefully everything should be sorted in a moment. Of course, the teams aren't able to kind of talk with each other. You're not allowed to try any strats with the coaches. It has to just be sorted. So we'll hopefully be right back in a moment. But to be fair, Sleepy, we at least have now some rounds in our belt to really see how the pace of this this match can go on.
I mean, yeah, feeling as soon as Bitfix are on the defense, it's gonna be super hard for FOKUS to get this post plant winnable, because I feel like they are so dominant in just this post plant situation. I feel like they've been training, especially at the post plant. We saw Missy alone on the B side, just accepting the run back coming out from Adi. Just okay, if you guys want to use everything on to get on site, use it. We can use everything to get the site back. Like really fighting it, and after time just using smoke, using dashes, everything, and coming from all different angles, really don't give FOKUS a chance to adjust to where the people are coming from.
I mean, to really highlight that, I mean, you looked at the fight for Amy, and right, the Nebula goes up, the attempted swing, I believe that was from Vilko, and the double setup from Semantic and I want to say it was Elysian was just really, really smooth. It was really, really clean. Or from Sammy and Semantic, apologies. Very, very clean, very, very solid, kind of shut down Star. And we're seeing a different side of Bitfix, right? You already highlighted it, Sleepy, but a lot more comfort in kind of holding the angles and taking the fights than what we did see on Ascent.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot agree less with you that they seem absolutely more comfortable in how they're supposed to play. I think only we've seen they trying to take B side alone. I've not seen the A. It was the first round pistol round where you saw FOKUS is being everywhere on the map at the same time. Finally ending up on A, but couldn't hold it down exactly from the Bitfix. So I'm quite interesting to see how they managed to retake the other side. Now we've only seen 2 retakes in a row on the same side.
This is the thing, right? B site is not a site. I beg to differ. We're seeing a lot of a showdown on the B site here. You know, initially FOKUS really solid on the initial pushes for like the double doors angle, but the commitment in towards like B long kind of full pushes, and then the extremity fight being, you know, something that's happening all the way over on the A site. Whether it is just the mechanics from Bitfix Puppies kind of warming up and now a bit more comfortable to take those 1v1s that we've seen prevalent on Ascent, but they just never really went their way. This time, though, on a map as big as Pearl and with decisions being so important because of the timer and the scale of the map, it seems like Sakura might actually be slipping up. The footing might be lost, and we should be able to get back into the game in a moment.
And right in we are once again. He is Sammy already, quickest pick in the round, sending Star back to sitting and waiting during the other pass now. Elijah getting pushed by 3 people. Seeing not really the guns working out, but I think it should be a pretty much of a full buy coming out once again.
Very, very weird stuff. It's a bit heartbreaking for Star to get a tech pause and then have to sit the round out so early on, but that's what happens when you take the initial fight. That's what happens when you go for the initial aggression, and this time it's a big difference though. It's Bitfix able to take that fight. Of course, the stronger buy, the stronger economy. This was how Ascent started as well, looking so back and forth, and then just the confidence the executes from FOKUS were just very, very clean. And we're seeing that a little bit more. The site now getting covered. The salvo, though, going to force Addy into this nebula to try and find an angle, and it's not going to be too successful for a cut down by Mizzy on towards Flowers and Mali. Now able to get a gun scavenged, and with the spike in hand, has able to get themselves up to stairs. Actually, a complete disengage from the site here. But a 3 versus 1, it would have to be an absolutely beautiful clutch. And Semantic, they have an idea roughly of where Mali could be. The angles are being held. The timing, though, the timing's insane. But Anya holds it strong. Mali just a bit too wide of a swing and falls before the second was possible.
The timing is so incredibly insane that soon she starts walking around the corner, they instantly turn around. And we're seeing you again. Getting some shade, throwing some more shade against Mr. Foxy.
I like, this is right. By the way, we love Mr. Foxy. We as the casters do not support that message that was on the screen. We just have to tell you what is on the screen and run with that. So yes, no one to my knowledge has put forward a petition, but a petition you want to play, let's play. Beautiful flash, and he still falls. Sammy doesn't care. It's very awkward to play off of the curveball yourself. The timing just a little bit too obvious. Cuts down the Phoenix in her prime. And FOKUS already down another duelist. Previously it was Star, and now it's Addy, the one to sit this out.
Yeah, once again, Sammy coming up with a quick pick in a round, putting picks in the numbers and ventures already out. He also sees Sammy once more. She wants to go on challenge. 2 players still on A main. 3 players even. We're seeing Hookah trying to find the rotate from Nico, but doesn't find. Drone coming out, an aggressive push here from Sam trying to find anything.
Oh my
smoke
days.
coming out, and now it might be looking rough for Sammy getting out with the TP. Dividing coming out. Now they want to stop them from coming to side. Star going here, finding Missy.
Oh, Anya!
With the 3K coming in with Sammy getting the round for Bitfix. And yeah, what a round. Completely blind, finding everything.
Oh, the flashpoint from Anya. Beautiful stuff. And that's the difference, right? It's not as obvious where the KO is going to come from after you see the flash, and especially in comparison to the curveball. So beautiful stuff from Anya there. And the utility looking a little bit kind of hapdash, a little bit more off the cuff, and potentially a little bit more unscripted, shall we say. But it works out for Bitfix. FOKUS just not able to keep themselves, get enough space onto the site to truly make themselves comfortable, and really, really dominant on these retakes. That's basically 4 for 4. And a big fun fact, Stralin loves Frog. And you know what? Same, sister.
I actually got a frog tattoo, actually.
That's sick. That you know what? All respect to that, because that is something I would like to do if I could really have the confidence to go for it. So mad respect. And we'll see if with this timeout, FOKUS are able to find some confidence along with Stralin's potential hype frog to lead the team to victory.
I think they might be talking about don't get picked by Sammy in the first 2 seconds of the round. But we'll have to see right now. Sammy being really hot right now on this first pick in the rounds. Going really aggressive.
To the unknown.
Let's see. Spike's moving towards me. Maybe want to get some mid control, maybe force towards B side, but also a lot of utility setup.
Everything is pretty confident now. At least looking to be the case. And here we go. The curveball comes through. It's another attempted swing on down towards this angle again. Double doors attempting to be cleared out. Oh, and a quick scope from Sammy! That might be the fastest I have seen. The fastest draw in the West. Sheriff is in town. Does she double it up? We will see. The flick, had she landed that, respect the attempt even coming through, but she manages to hold it down regardless. And now Star on her own. The headhunter already doing one little shot on. You can see the double stack ready for the head goes off of one, but the wide swing from Anya and Measly to back it up as well. Bitfix Puppies looking so strong.
I don't know what happened to Sammy, but she's on fire right now with the operator really going a ham with it. It's showing that she's the boss right now. It's incredible. That's quick scope also on long, having to try to find Mali with the sonar dart. And I would say if she got the jet dash also, I don't know what I would have done.
I would have deafened everyone, but I would have deafened production and the Twitch chat had that shot been landed. There would have been only one type of peak, and that would have been my microphone peaking out of its existence. But now the round's already finished up. On to the next, and we're back to a little bit more of a default style from FOKUS. The stack executes not really going their way, so having to find a way to adapt.
Misa taking a lot of damage back. Now Sammy again with the operator. The first pick of the round 3 times in a row with the same gun. It's insane putting them in the numbers disadvantage FOKUS. Now we're just slowly trying to creep towards B, but who's on B side except Sammy? Ready with the operator. Want to challenge her through the firewall! Sammy with the operator is insane how you keep on landing these.
Her timing is absolutely stunning right now. It takes a little bit of time for Star to believe she's safe with the blaze wall and then goes for the kill. And now a post-plant scenario here, but a flank already on the cards from Hoka all the way on the backside there. She gets one, doesn't even wait, just takes the free kill. And now it's basically a doubled up stack here. Addy's going to have to do something here. The flash comes through. The information's going to be given. The Molly, the hot hands just to give the heal, but she turns right into a flash. Anya's timing is so clean. Her and Sammy are just making Pearl their home.
Yes, making sure to pick out Sammy's operator. I don't think we'll see Sammy with a different gun during this map, if I'm totally honest. How well she's been performing on it, how aggressive she is with the operator also.
This is what Chamber does to you. This is what Chamber does. Chamber has made FOKUS burn the second timeout of the half here. So fully believing in their strats, fully belief in the confidence in the IGL for themselves whenever they swap over to the defense side, needing to win as many rounds as possible. Again, going into this, FOKUS had a 75% round win rate on attack, and Bitfix Puppies are just battering that statistic lower and lower with every round converted.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sammy been a big MVP during this half. I'd say forcing out the 2 timeouts from FOKUS already now. Just with these early picks coming out every single round, putting FOKUS in a disadvantage from the get-go, makes it really hard for them to actually try to play something, either if it's Star or Strahlen. It's so important picks she gets.
She's always been the one just to open up the rounds. It's been absolutely surgical to see. And FOKUS now, one more timeout that has to be converted. The first one did them no favors. 6 back-to-back from Puppies, wanting to make this a lot more competitive than it could have initially looked, wanting to make it look a lot more competitive than Ascent ever was. We will see if this timeout does save them. If it doesn't, FOKUS have burnt such big utility. The convergent paths is already being lined up. Semantic Hoka does realize that that's going to hit everyone, and it should just be a shooting gallery. Gun them down, make it 3. Mali at least able to answer back for 1, but there we go. The flashpoint as well makes Missy just clean up. Full 100% accuracy special delivery, just barely dodges Star. But she's stuck in this corner. Sammy.
Oh.
I heard Jaws music in my own head watching Sammy come through, but will not be necessary for the round to be converted.
See her sneaking from the far, slowly closing in. I think even Star had a feeling on her that Sammy was coming from behind. But what a beautiful round from Bitfix. Really showing like who was the one taking the time out. Was it FOKUS or was it Bitfix? Like Bitfix was the one coming out to the top of using the ultimates in such a good way.
Whatever it is, Bitfix have done their homework against FOKUS. The setup with the convergent paths, knowing that a potential just a main aggression play does come through, and Sammy has been taken off of the initial perch up on towards B main, but she's never been just deadly on that single perch alone. This angle, not going to pull the trigger immediately, but a pixel, a couple pixels off of a potential collat here, but it has allowed FOKUS to get onto the site, probably in the least incidental fashion.
Hunter's Fury is going to come out and find something. Anya going down, also that those Elisha and even Hoka putting a lot of people in in the grave right now. I'm seeing FOKUS having the majority of control over the site. Now is the time looking really hard for a time for a retake. I think Body is the only thing to go. Flash coming in, and is only thing it needs. Now Sammy with the operator trying to get something. Headhunter out. Not finding Adi. The 4K coming from Adi this round. I just gotta say, every time we are on Sammy with the operator, I'm literally on the edge of my seat because I know she's gonna do something absolutely insane.
Oh my days, there's definitely an aura about Sammy right now. And here you go, right? The first round, she doesn't get the opening pick, and that's the round that FOKUS are able to get onto the site. So it basically, the rule is take out Sammy's ankles, but if you do that, you've still got Anya on 12 and 4. So it's not as if there's only one raid boss to take down if you're FOKUS.
Seeing Hoka going very aggressive up in B here. Gonna get spotted by the drone. Have to dash out. Was a good attempt. Now again, FOKUS slowly moving out towards the B side. That Bitfix have been so surgical to retake on. Still forcing it. Have Astra wall ready to use if necessary.
So big that you're running single sentinel chamber, and the B site is still being held so strongly. The A site isn't even really an option here. And Semantic, it's Hoka in that corner, but gets cleared out. Addy's run and gun. These swings have been so good. The slide into it, and now the run it back. Come on, let's go, Addy. Really wanting to bring the fight towards Mitzi here. We'll see if it comes through. The shots are clean enough. Last bullet to get the kill. So 1 for none now off the operator of the ultimate, and now Star picks up Anya. No flashes left. Salvo and a tour de force online, but everyone from FOKUS set up on different angles. Crossfire's ready. 1v1's going to be very difficult to isolate here, and Addy wanting to force one of her own. She's going to take the fight. Super confident on Delecia. Now the potential hold down. We're trying to bait out the first shot, but Sammy is holding firm. And the slowing effect here, she is going to die to the spike, but she's going to take people down with her. She is warmed up, if nothing else. A 360 on towards Mali. She will fall, potentially due to her own slow, but there is no confidence lost for Bitfix Puppies, even if the round is so.
I mean, first of all, we gotta respect the fake flash coming out from Adi, throwing the classic. First of all, I just want to highlight that. We have to respect it. We love a fake flash with the classics. But also, Sammy, the 4K with Tour de France open. The sniper demon from Bitfix right now is on fire.
I mean, you see it there. The stats speak for themselves. Rated #1 on VLR, and this is a performance that really highlights why Unfortunately, it's a little bit shaky now. The rest of Bitfix arguably not really able to show up and help as much. Or if you just say FOKUS's executes have gotten a little bit cleaner. Either way, Sammy not getting the value right now. As I say that, though, the angle being held. Does Vilko swing? Yes, she does. And Sammy's never going to miss that jewel on current form.
I don't know, she can't keep getting away with these. Now Knife Storm is out from Star, forcing him off. Still has Astra Wall up. Haven't used in the last round to use them. Stralem and the rest of the FOKUS crew is moving backwards. But who do we have holding in mid except Sammy? It's gonna be devastating if they choose to go through mid.
There's every possibility we see the rotate through spawn specifically to avoid Sammy. It's not going to happen. If they understand the raid boss is here, but the problem is the raid boss is here. She's currently on stairs waiting for you to push through. Doesn't get the shot. The trademark is still online. Addy just going to have to walk through and try and tank it. Anya's good to take her down. Sammy not able to get these shots. The angle's not being allowed. But Armageddon, the ultimate I said, would be impactful. And Bitfix are working off of it perfectly. Star, though, trying to answer back. Runs out of bullets. Reloads in front of the opposition. And Hoka, the lurk from our 8 and 4 for Bitfocus on the defense. That's looking more like it.
I mean, there's such a strong start from Bitfix coming out from the start. If you compare for how it was the last map, it was FOKUS having the majority of the confidence, but now Bitfix with Sam in the front and Anja really showing FOKUS that they are definitely not done and not gonna give them this perfect win streak through the playoffs.
It's a tough fight. The win streak may be closing to an end. And just while for your fun facts, SPMac is a big Taylor Swift fan and professional K-pop dancer. Apparently, you're not allowed to ask for proof, so the source could be I made it up. But hey, you know what? I fully believe just another tech pause. The HUD, as I'm sure people have realized, a little bit awkward just in terms of it, but we should be able to get that back up and booted for you. If not, we'll of course try and keep you in the loop for the action. But FOKUS now on the defense here. A stronger setup, arguably, for them. They are, of course, now going towards, relying on Vilko to really get the Cypher trips and the Cypher setup to try and make Bitfix's attacks that little bit harder. But we'll see if they can weather the storm.
Yeah, but also we don't have to forget that FOKUS decided to go to do a double duelist composition here with both Yet and Phoenix. So it might be a little bit hard depending how they choose to play it, not really having that much defensive utility to use. The only thing really think they have is your Cypher, but will it be enough to stop Bitfix from entering site with just Sammy on the operator and Hookah coming in with a Waylay?
The aggression's been very, very solid, and Anya's flashes have been very, very on point right now. It's been very, very clean seeing that performance from her, and I can only imagine that Hoka is going to be getting very supported and very, very helped out here as the timer does start to tick down and the halves do switch. But Bitfix looking so solid here. Of course, the names and everything will need to get changed around a little bit. It's Bitfix on 8. It's FOKUS on 4. And we'll need to see what can happen going into the second half for the defense.
Yeah, right now it's looking like another attempt at a mid control, as we saw from the first round from FOKUS. But this time it's gonna come from Bitfix, destroying the drone instantly. Having some information, but also started aggressive position, finding Hookah, finding Elisha once more. Flash coming out from Elisha, but it's enough. It is not with backup from Mali. And it's already looking righty rough for the side of Bitfix. Now Headhunter coming out, but not really finding the head of Stralem that's shooting him back. Missy against the 5-member of FOKUS, Sakura.
Impossible scenario, pretty basically here. Spike in play, so at the very least you do have that running forward. But look, the all orb economy already being boosted up for the side of Addy to make sure the run it back is going to be as violent here. And Addy, the angle cleared, no hesitation at all, and very critical pistol round for FOKUS, and the momentum needs to continue.
Yeah, definitely need to keep on holding this. It might be some anger coming up from the side of FOKUS from the last half. He just want to get some revenge on Sammy and Anja from really pulling through with their first of all use laser precision of retaking B side to Sammy completely switching on her legendary operator. Let's see if we can see it now also, but now again we're looking towards middle from the side of Bitfix.
Another fight towards it. It did work out so well for FOKUS to take this fight. It looks like they're kind of teasing to go for it again. At the very least, a prepped play here. The distraction, yep, the Cypher trip does go up, but that gives Addy the information. It gives Addy a little bit more to work with. She doesn't know how many people are staring her down, but she has a feeling it is at least one. But now a full collapse on towards Art, and Sammy actually stuck in the back corner there, up towards mid-top, just to try and keep the angle, make sure no flanks are coming through. The dash from Hoka is going to force Mally back a little bit. Saturate attempted, but the hot hands to keep it safe. And it is going to be an execute on from Art from those stairs, and Star to take the first shot.
Star trying to imitate what Sammy could, but not gonna happen. Star plans going down. Australian finding Anja before, trying to look for more flash coming out. Current blow. Sammy finding Nico though. This problem once again, finding double flashes coming out, blinding everywhere. Are they going straight for them? Despite getting diffused as we're speaking, and it's gonna be looking like FOKUS gonna take the other round one and gonna put themselves into a bonus round.
Very clean stuff, about as good as you want for FOKUS. It is typical that you can maybe steal away the spike plant. That's exactly what Bitfix have done. So a bit of an economic advantage off the back of that. But as you said, now going into this bonus, if FOKUS can find it here, I mean, there was a 7 round streak win from the side of Bitfix Puppies. We'll see if FOKUS can actually replicate it. If they can, one step closer towards that clean sweep here. 6 rounds back-to-back, very possible for FOKUS. They just need to hold on here. And Addy, the operator online this time, trying to reflect what Sammy did. And the outlaw not going to land. I did say operator, my apologies for my mistake. But Star playing that distraction so perfectly. The rest of the shots not finding their mark as Addy needs to get out.
Almost getting out, blessed by her own team. But now seeing Bitfix on side. Sammy finding one. Mel is down, but also from behind. Nico's coming silently from behind. Will the members of Bitfix notice that they got problems from behind, or will be completely oblivious to it? Seeing Sammy also gonna find Stralem and not winning the gunfight. Going down, but the situation that Nico is finding herself in right now could be devastating. Getting spotted right as Anja speaks around the corner. Elisha also, they're so close. Everyone is around the corners. Hookah finding Nico, and the double swing coming out from Bitfix and shutting down FOKUS win.
No retakes allowed. And if you're Bitfix, 2 rifles down's all you lost. You're very, very happy with that. Does it keep the momentum going solely on FOKUS's side? But it really is now, especially with the ult starting to come online. Addy, again, really pivoted towards that ult economy with the run it back, just to make life so much easier for FOKUS on retakes, or for the initial information off the back of potentially Mally's Sova drone if it doesn't find much. So definitely not out of the woods yet for Bitfix, but looking strong.
Seeing right now how the majority of the team is moving towards A side. Seeing Hookah ready to dash through. Completely blinded by her own Anja. Sitting both Adi and Stralim in the smoke, waiting for someone to make a move. But we're seeing they're just interesting in the alt orb. As now silently it's moving back towards middle. See also Missy from the side of Bitfix slowly moved herself through B long, but are not able to find anything.
So far, I think the longest we've went on a round with everyone staying up, with a 5 versus 5 being maintained. We'll see if that does continue, because everyone just looking to kind of find some little pressure point here. Bitfix Puppies looking a little bit more patient, shall we say. Not still the level on Ascent, where it was a little bit less just not having the most confident executes, but this time just truly very heavily patient. And Stralin now getting stunned, now getting scanned does mean that there's not going to be any nebulas or stars. It means Addy has to make this work. She is going to actually do exactly that. Anya, though, answering back with the frag nade. The special delivery not going to catch Stralin. No one is home for that. 13 seconds left. Elysian now just needs to really go for this stick. Everyone's collapsing, but Mizzy on the lurk. So clean here. But the scan, Elysian just has to hold it. It's such an easy swing from Mali. And Mizzy now 1 second left. Need does show herself. And if Mizzy had landed that Guardian shot, a different scoreline altogether. But Sakura, by the skin of their teeth, make it through.
This round are definitely close. And as we were saying during the round, that was probably the longest round. We had a 5v5 actually up and running. But also comes down to the last second of the round. I think it's the first time as we had also during this series. And it's so close, as saying, if the last Guardian bullet had landed, it would have been a completely different story. Bitfix would have taken the round also, but FOKUS stopping it, and now we're looking maybe towards the B side. Cypher alone.
Oh, this is potentially going to be really tough for Vilko. She's not really got the utility set up. Again, Hoka able just to dash over these Cypher trips and potentially create some havoc, but there's already a fast rotate from Bitfix. The awareness is there, so it is going to be an easy enough retake. Addy already popping the run it back just to kill time. Either Bitfix have to wait, or they do fall, and it is so far FOKUS making it work here. The special delivery, though, it does damage now. Vilko to fall off the back of it. And Bitfix Puppies execute kind of stopped at the heel. 1 for 1, 60 seconds on the clock.
Sammy tore the Grace up. Saw what she could do last half with the operator and the sniper. So we'll see if you can find again. Slowly creeping. I've seen most members of FOKUS have moved away to A side, also maybe expecting a rotate. Will Sammy find coming, looking away at Star right? It's gonna turn. Will she be able to spot it? Will Star be able to find coming the corner, but doesn't land a bullet? Now the rest of the team through the smoke, finding Missy. Also Aldio from the follow-up. Dashing out and free in the smoke. Elijah goes down. And getting forced in that tough position. And FOKUS just shutting down the attempt at taking over the site.
So clean from FOKUS there. The timing from Bitfix, just Sammy not getting the angle with the tour de force and the barrel showing. It is the longest gun model in the game. I think even just a bit longer than the operators. So you do have to be very specific about the angles that you swing, about where you are looking while you swing. And that just was the opener that FOKUS needed. The first timeout now used for Bitfix, a second still in their pocket. Meanwhile, FOKUS really do have to work on forcing these timeouts just to get a chance to talk to their own coach. And thankfully, if you are a FOKUS fan, that's exactly what's happened. But Bitfix will still have a lot of time to fix these mistakes and take us to Fracture.
Yeah, definitely. And this is also their first time out. So I think they will also have a second one that could talk if something goes even more south or west. But also, you're giving FOKUS and also time to talk with their coach. So you have to think it's not only a timeout for your team, you're also giving the enemy team a timeout. And also FOKUS to use both their time as very early in the first half. Is taking every opportunity they can to talk to their coach and see what they can do to keep this game even closer and maybe win it.
My thanks.
There is that possibility, but it's slipping through the fingers of Bitfix here. Even just right now, this map win, yes, it gets you onto map 3. Yes, it keeps you in the series, but it also empties, it dirties the clean sheet that FOKUS would have had otherwise here. So FOKUS have that additional little bit of stress, potential consideration that might highlight any mistakes, but might even highlight greatness as the swing comes through on the mid just to try and keep all this control for FOKUS yet again, forcing Bitfix into one of these extremities. But for the meantime now, disengage. And we're back to playing it patient.
Patience is the game we're playing. It is really rough. Not really gonna find a star just around the box. But now they have some information that someone is around the middle. And we have also Stralem. It's really close, could maybe go for a swing. Dash coming through from a hookah. Missy finding Stralem, Sammy putting down Star. Dividing coming out, the wall out. It's just enough to help Mali from hookah surviving, but not the rest. Elijah putting down Mali, but that wall was devastating. And now even Missy finding Nico.
30 seconds left.
And it's getting really rough.
What a suppress as well from Anya. Addy coming in with the run it back, but the curveball getting shut down. And Sammy, the one to shut the true Phoenix down herself. Double digits on for Bitfix Puppies now. FOKUS really starting to feel the heat. Again, no timeouts to try and work out what went wrong. Just have to fall off the back of the IGL. Vilko, she has been struggling even when the sites that she set up on. Bitfix Puppies are just able to get the aggression correct, just able to find the angles and sight lines, the utility to back it up as well. We can watch Vilko really get this site set up, but it might be a fool's errand as Bitfix look towards the Storm-A.
Knife Storm getting used early into the round. Star wants to find something. Once again, Bitfix are very keen on getting the ult orb on the way to A site without any problem. Just getting free ult orbs and ult charges. Now, see, dashing out is not enough. Bullets doesn't hit. Elijah hunting back. Only have the classic concussion. Knife Storm out, not finding. You're finding two people with the knives. And Ari falling up in Anja. Sammy finding three on site though. Sammy don't want to give up this round for free. Putting it in a 2v3 situation. Spike is dropped in defenders in attacker spawn, but they do not have the knowledge about the spike being dropped.
Oh my days, Sammy suddenly has made this work, but she is getting held. Surely Vilko, yeah, she can find that. But Sammy, near enough picking up the team on her back, on towards that Amy and push all on her own. But speaking of on your own, Maisie on the lonesome here. A long road towards that B site if she so wishes, but there might be the calm, honestly, to come through and just save the gun. There might be that attempt. FOKUS not trying to split themselves up too much. Addy on towards Art just to get the information, and a push up through Mean for FOKUS to get the information. Should be the information, and the Cypher Cam's going to be the confirmation of where Mizzy's location is. She is going to be safe planting the spike, but she maybe doesn't know that. She doesn't. She's just willing to go for the save, not getting the spike planted, and because of that, a little bit less money for Bitfix Puppies, and FOKUS take the round.
Yeah, she did not have the knowledge that everyone was on the opposite side. But also, I feel like a very close round. Sammy almost is saying picking the team off her shoulders and putting two through on A side. And also Star with the knife storm, used from such a bad position, getting two people. That shouldn't be able to happen, but she makes it look so easy.
Genuinely a heartbreaking moment for Bitfix. That was their moment, especially with the suppress, right? Star dashing in to Alicia, only to end up with the classic out instead of the knives. And now a potential read here. 3 on towards the site for FOKUS. 4 apologies on for Bitfix here. As the utility gets set up, a high and low from FOKUS. And as it comes down, the drone immediately dealt with. No information gathered. We're going to go the convergent path. Still the push coming through. Null command as well to shut it down. Armageddon, everything is being used but the kitchen sink. And Anya to get the kills. She gets put down, but she's definitely not out. The res as well online. So still a 3 versus 2. And Sammy, the lurk is so clean. Who else when you need to ensure the coverage? And now Star, the operator online against the op star of Bitfix. We'll see if it's enough here. The tailwind online, and Sammy already being sent out for the hunt.
Might be able to see the back of Sammy, but it's so close. The position Star is in right now, it's such a rough position to be in. Not really gonna find anything, but will get caught by Sam on the way out. Eventually. Let's look at the timing.
Oh. No ninjas, no surprises, but Star might actually make the noise here. Oh, she's not going to get hurt, but she runs! She's so confident! in the shot. And Sammy double taps for good measure. Overconfidence in this case is an incredibly fast killer. And Star losing the operator, potentially the gun to make the difference. If you're Bitfix, that's a massive sweat wiped off the brow.
I mean, I feel like the entire round was like what the Valorant is, just throwing all the ults, missiles right from the sky, big wall coming up, no one's seeing anything, missiles on the ground, explosions, dogs, anything. But it's incredible. Bitfix really using everything to get the round, and now an aggressive push coming through from FOKUS.
Trying their best, but meanwhile, not going to get the call correctly. The economy should be potentially, I believe, favored on their side. They're not. No, they're going to actually run for it. The HUD is accurate. FOKUS now stuck playing 4 OT. Basically, at this stage, the only thing that would save them is a hell of a thrifty, but the kills don't go their way initially. Bitfix Puppies just comforted up on towards the B site. The execute's been very, very solid, and FOKUS a late rotate here. The presence on towards mid, not finding any value. And again, with a lower buy, it's going to be a hero shot from Addy to at least get one kill opened up.
Jones gonna come in, not finding anything. It might have done it in the end. Mali getting hookah down, but Miss also letting down Adi. Starring wall coming out, but not in the nick of time, because Star is on the case and quickly shutting down the Bitfix after this round that shouldn't have gone to them.
Yeah, that really did look like it was going Bitfix's way, but FOKUS just playing it very, very cleanly. Very nice shots. The swing coming through from that link on towards mid, just doing the damage enough, and FOKUS manages to survive at a thrifty exactly as been grabbed. The economy now looking very, very clean for them. A lot of surviving members as well. So guns scavenged. Bitfix potentially in a rougher spot. The economy should still be decent enough for them to make this work, but FOKUS one round away from tying up fully.
Also is available. We have Hunter's Fury out for the defender side on Mali, but will it be enough? Also run it back. This might be the chance that they have to counter Bitfix also when they come out. Sammy wants to go aggressive.
So
much. Not really seeing anything. Really aggressive position right now to be in.
So much utility burnt out from FOKUS. Those salvos and everything being done. Shock darts attempted just to do some damage. Not going to find the mark. Not going to tag through. So another 5 versus 5 retake here. Does seem to favor FOKUS. Make it a 6v5. Hunter's Fury as well, just on the elbow. But being played around very, very nice until Elysian does fall. Anya on 2 HP, but a dream still can be made. The curveball beam just ran down there. And Addy's Blaze Wall actually able to get the kill on towards the KO. The tour de force from Sammy. Gonna need to hit everything now. She's gonna have to come through, but the shots, they're whiffing a little bit more. The time is coming down. The shot! The headhunter from Sammy! The clutch from herself! A couple of rounds were not showing up as much, but when she is needed, look to the sky. And Sammy put FOKUS Puppies on to match point.
It is absolutely insane how she keep on going. I'm so shocked. I'm out of words. That should not be able to happen, but Sammy makes it happen so easily, so comfortably with the Tour de France. She's saying, "What I clutch."
Oh my god! And now all of a sudden, FOKUS they're on a bye, but they have to play for OT.
Exactly, saying it's OT, that is the only thing they can play for right now if they don't want to give Bitfix the win and move it to map 3. It's gonna be a fracture. Drone's gonna trying to find hookah. Does it barely in the nick of time. But now seeing movement towards A site.
We're gonna be playing this timer out as well, most likely. Bitfix now on the cusp of ending FOKUS's win streak, ending FOKUS's clean slate here. They'd still need to win a second map, but to take the first one is the hardest battle. So the fact that it's already coming down to this, it's already looking so close. It's Mali on this close angle. Beautiful first shot, deals with Hoka, but a lot more still needed to be done. The flashpoint is good to push Mali out, able to get out though, and Sammy in towards our Stars angle. Not going to be enough to save her. Curveball to push Sammy off the angle, but she's been playing with such confidence that she will likely look to regress. But Anya on towards A stairs just for free. The pre-fire from Stralin on towards the wall, not going to be enough. Sammy's timing is absolutely beautiful. She can't get both as the spike does go down. Neural Theft to try and find anything to try and get the information. 2 versus 3 now. Elysia on low HP, but these angles are not great for FOKUS. They have to try and make something happen. The Nebula to go up, make art that little bit more awkward as the timer ticks down here, but something's got to give as it goes through the Cosmic Divider. The Stars do go up. And it is a division here. Bitfix, Puppies, they take their time, but FOKUS, even if they win, no clean slate for them. And 1 map away from taking the series themselves. It's all the way to the 3rd map, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a 3rd map. And I feel like it was kind of expected. I don't think we felt like it's going to be a 2-0. And I'm glad that we're going to map 3 because the performance that Sammy pulled up in this game, I want to see that exactly performance when you go into the fracture. I want to see this operator bullet just landing cleanly, the headhunter, like everything. I want to see that same energy going into the last map.
As much as, and this is no discredit to the rest of the Bitfix Puppies roster, that clutch from Sammy was the entire series. That clutch from Sammy was the reason that we go to map 3. I really believe that there just would not have been enough staying power, not enough utility or economy for the side of Bitfix if they did not get that. And yeah, Sammy, an absolute demon with it. Of course, we'll be getting the stats up in just a moment. And I mean, yeah, is there really any surprise there? Star, a good showing in of herself, 21 and 15, not a bad showing, but 1 point off of 400 ACS. Sammy just rocking Pearl.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that MVP is so deserved for Sammy. I mean, they said don't discredit anyone else. They all did perfectly good in using the utility. Saw Hookah very often flying in, getting some really good engages. But Sammy with the operators, with their feet against the wall, it's so incredible to see, and so many opening shots she got that really made them have a much favorable chance to win the rounds. But also it's Star from the side FOKUS really did a great performance, as did Adi. I feel like those two are very dangerous when it comes to the duelist role.
It's a very dangerous duo. You highlighted it yourself, saying very much in the lines of, a deadly duo and very much going hand in hand with each other. So we'll have to see if that pairing can square off one more time. We'll be going to another break, and afterwards, the finale of the grand finale, map 3, Fracture. FOKUS have lost the ability for a clean slate, but can they still take the series off of an incredible run? We'll find out just after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been following FOKUS Sakura for the entire run of the Cash Cup, this may surprise you, but we are going on to map 3. Bitfix Puppies managing to weather the storm on Pearl, showing up after a fantastic performance, but really one player did stand out sleeping.
Yeah, and it was a Sammy from the second map, a goddess on the operator. It was incredible, and also, as we talked about in the min-5 pause, this was actually in a head-to-head, as we see it now in the graphics, where Bitfix actually reverse sweeped Sakura once.
Yeah, indeed. And the fact the last time it was a 2-0 as well. And the one map that Bitfix have dropped on their run, it was the first map. It was split. They then managed to completely 180 and take the series overall against the opposition, against Chaldea. So the fact that Bitfix were in this position before, a map down into a reverse sweep, going into Fracture, which is one of their solid maps, FOKUS really do have their work cut out for them if they want to finish this.
Yeah, and Fracture was the map they actually finished on the last time also. So they're going back to the map that won them the last best of 3 they played each other at. So it's gonna be interesting if Sakura have been figuring out maybe some cooking up some new strategies, or if Bitfix is gonna keep the fort down.
Yeah, indeed. And they do start on the defense. So Bitfix have been, if you see, a common theme here for the map bans and the map picks. So we are seeing that Bitfix did start on the defense every single half. And that's the thing. They were arguably starting on their weaker side for every single map. And then getting the side swaps, if anything, did support them. Not as much as you can see on Ascent pretty clearly, but Pearl, different beast by the end. Sammy just looking so locked in on the defense, and to able to convert an opping chamber from the defense to attack is not an easy feat. So an extra point for Sammy's already pretty well decorated list of medals going into this third and final.
I mean, definitely, as I talked about earlier before we went on the break, I want to see Sammy bring the same energy as she had on Pearl to when we go on Fracture, and I want both Star and Ali to keep up their amazing work there. I feel like they're really feeling the duelist role and doing what a duelist is supposed to do. They're really putting themselves first in every situation, running back being used multiple times in a match. So I think it was Ali, he used running back, got a 4K, picked up an orb. The next round he used it 2 rounds in a row. I'm pretty much sure it was happened.
It's very possible on the other maps, and Fracture, for anyone that does need a reminder, 4 all orbs to be taken on the line. So if we do see a repeat and Addy's still running that Phoenix, would not surprise me, to be honest, going into this. We will see just how many times we do run it back. FOKUS Sakura having one more map to deal with, something essentially unfiltered ground, untrained ground for this team to play a map number 3, and we will see if the mental and if the endurance can hold up.
Yeah, it will be to see. I'm just gonna see if I can spot on what happened the last time they faced each other. Trying to see what agents were picked, but I'm not quite as good at this as you.
I can try and get it for the last time for the head-to-head. Bear with just a moment. We can absolutely cycle this. So the last time they went against the 2-0 for FOKUS, that went the way of themselves, that was in the lower bracket decider. And it was a quick 2-0 for FOKUS, and they were relying on Hoka. And they were kind of relying on Star, apologies, on that Neon Waylay kind of composition. Both agents been heavily nerfed, as we discussed. Hoka also was running the Yoru, which don't think we're going to see that either. Instead, no, Hoka actually taking the chamber off of Sammy, allowing Sammy back on that duelist position. And that, if anything, that just means all eyes on Hoka to do a similar performance.
Yeah, I feel like Sammy just proved herself in the second map. Like, guys, I got this. Just give me it. And I think this team, like, okay, you clearly can shoot, and just keep on doing your thing, and we're gonna be totally fine. But I would love to see Sammy on the chamber once again. It was such a pleasure to see.
It really, really was, but the double, seems like we're repping the double initiator style. Anya going off of the KO onto the breach. Very, very strong on this map. The underside of B. Of course, the fault line doesn't have any elevation limits to it, so it hits both upper and lower. So very, very good for site clearing. And yeah, Sammy off the back of it, I guess. We're getting that raise in. We're wanting to play the super fast pace. And Addy, actually, as well, speaking of the raise, jumping off of the Phoenix, handing that to Star to take over for the control of the hot-headed, very fast-paced agent. And we'll see if that switch-up is going to be a help or hindrance.
I was to ask about Molly's last pick. It was all blacked out, so I had to lean against again. But no, she hadn't picked anything yet. But a Fade is going to be locked in. We've seen Fade coming to a spotlight a couple of times now, just being so utilized with her shadows and orb, just being really good overall.
I mean, yeah, the Seas is such a good piece of utility. I mean, we will be seeing the battle of the initiators here, potentially Breach, Teho versus single Fade, but Mali has been very solid in all these initiators, of course, been rocking the Sova for the most part, but a map that he does not fly quite as high as in comparison to the other ones. Still can get some value with the Hunter's Fury, but Fade, basically the much stronger pick. The Haunt is so valuable, and potentially Sakura going off of another aggressive attacking half. If Bitfix Puppies can survive the defense, I genuinely think Sakura are going to struggle.
I think so. Also, they're going to have a hard time, but also you're seeing about the win percentage. Both teams once again sitting on 100% win percentage on 2 games each. So last time it was a Bitfix that killed FOKUS Sakura on Pearl, so they are no longer 100%. Well, Bitfix keeping it, but now it's Fracture. It's a completely different story. I'll see if Sakura can take the win and become the champions, or if the Bitfix gonna seize this opportunity.
This is a big opportunity for them. It was initially looking that Sakura, had they won, you know, Bitfix would have turned around and said, this is one of the most important days of our lives. And as we said earlier, for FOKUS Sakura, it could have been a literal Tuesday, just another day in the office. But Bitfix Puppies, not one to go down without swinging, not one without a fangs to bear and a solid bite to back it up. And just one more map difference we should be getting in a moment. And all eyes on Bitfix Puppies to do what up until now was impossible.
I mean, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. We saw from the first round of the last map was very aggressively from the start of it, but then slowly taking it down until Sammy picked up the operators and he started going absolutely crazy with it. So I will imagine we're seeing something similar to what we saw the first round, but during the entire aspect of this map, it's going to be more aggressively played, more aggressive angles being taken by both teams.
When we talk about taking angles, you do just kind of have to talk about Sammy. You highlighted the aggression. You highlighted everything that kind of forced out. And now with, again, as we said, the swap out has came through Hoka. Now the one on the chamber. But I imagine we will be seeing that similar line of offense, especially on a map like Fracture, where you can do the aggressive tower holds, you can do the aggressive B main push, and we don't have to spend long anymore speculating. One final map, penultimate pistol round for both of these teams, and we will see which way this cookie crumbles.
Almost a quick pick out of the start from Hook, guys. Really showing that he wants to go aggressively from the start. Here we go. And right now it's moving carefully towards A site. It's 2 currently people holding for getting some backup from Anja. And we also see Malik getting pushed from behind from Sammy, not really finding a bullet, but there we go. Stralem going the first down in this last map in this best of 3. Also, there we go, Smatic with the Headhunter, 2 headshots. Can we get a third through the wall? It's insane how she get those. Nico is not really done with it. We want to revenge her teammates, but Hookah is down.
It's a hard fought. It's an impossible fought round there. Bitfix so clean, and Sammy and Hoka, despite the agent switch ups, despite the rules reversing, Hoka very much taking the leaf out of Sammy's playbook, and Sammy no less aggressive than what we've seen on Pearl. Bitfix already looking so solid, and the first pistol on the board for them.
Yeah, man, already Hookah showing the chamber effect with the free kill early with the headhunter. 14, looking at how Sakura have lined up, it's looking like FOKUS want to take a fast on the A side. Having the classic outs, but really getting stunned in place.
And meanwhile, Sammy, what's going on at the attacker side, Spawn? What's happening over here? Her timing's not going to be good enough. Cypher Trip is going to at least cut her off and force a little bit of hesitancy. Now Elysian, though, with a Marshall of her own. The first shot not good. Second one more than enough. And the full spray here coming through. The flash, the aftershock as well, just to create difficulty for Elysian. But so far, it's all green on the kill feed. Elysian potentially on for 4, maybe on for the ace, but Mizzy the one to pick up that 4th. And finally, does go down. The right clicks from Stralin. The shots are a little bit laboured, but only so many bullets in a classic means Mizzy does have the time to get the shot down. And a second quick one for Bitfix.
Definitely second going to Bitfix side, but still FOKUS getting 2 kills to her side, getting the credits lower on the side of Bitfix. But now we're seeing FOKUS trying to buying up. We all saw that one click headshot.
So clean with it. The head has been very effectively hunted. And of course as well the little gap, the timeouts of course refreshed from map number 2, so plenty of time to talk to the coaches, plenty of times to get that additional support. Puppies not really looking like they need it, but meanwhile, a full buy on for FOKUS, of course, for the 3rd map, looking very, very comfortable with that setup. The utility, though, will be a factor, as Maisie the first to take some damage. Semantic cannot find one. That's Hoka pushed out.
Start looking rough. Mali getting the spike down.
Spike planted.
Now have to retake from Bitfix. Storm retaking on Pearl last map. It was such a good retake, a couple runs in a row. Sammy with the Outlaw want to be the sniper prodigy that she was the last map. Slowly creeping up, but having 2 members staring her right in the face. Going to find the first one with the Outlaw. Now the nade bat bin Adi.
3 out of 5.
The Nico with the quick 2 headshots. She's really shutting down Bitfix attempt, but Anja is not done getting star. Sammy slowly creeping up against Adi, but doesn't land the shot. Nico with the 4K though this round.
Yeah, Vilko, that's a performance and a half from her. She did have a slower start on maps 1 and 2, it does have to be said, so answering back pretty quickly with the Neural Theft already online and Star able to run this back as well. A lot of utility for FOKUS here to make amends, get the round line equalized, and make the Puppies sweat. But again, that's what the fur is for. It keeps them cool, keeps them calm and composed, and they do certainly look that going into round 4.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And now we're getting our first more real round coming in this match. Then Star only having the classic on her.
Bring them down.
Really want to buy up with her team, trying to find something with the Prowler. Does take it very, very slowly here. Don't really want to get caught, get the trademark. Having some information from the team of FOKUS where the people from Sakura is.
Trademark gets one scan, the drone another, allows Hoka to get such an easy shot. And the rest of FOKUS, they're nowhere to back her up. That's such a free kill on for Hoka. She's going to take that every single day of the week, run it straight to the bank. And now 1 person down, the Neural Theft as well from Vilko. That could have been such a decisive factor going into the post plant here. And speaking of a decisive factor, Hoka not going to be that. In fact, it's Star to run it through, run it back, try and play the curveball, but she doesn't clear the corner. Anja gets through the smoke. This could be deadly for the side of the FOKUS squad. Damage 4-1, but of course the run it back only dealt with means it's still a 3-on-2, and Addy with the lurk. So aware, the double tap on the body as well. Raise on Raise violence here in the final map. And Mizzy getting caught by the seas. Not going to be told of such, but Mali ready for the wall to fall, and Mizzy follows.
Yeah, I think the people of FOKUS don't expect Sammy coming on this flank from behind the lurking. As you said, ultimate charges are starting to come up. See Cypher getting soon, we get Nightfall from the side of FOKUS. And yet from Bitfix, we got Chamber. It's the only one that's really close at. We got the Breach and the Brimstone. They're kind of close also, but they need some more kills and some ult orb to get even somewhere close.
Indeed, and with the ult orbs as well, as you say, already a lot of utility just to get Sammy's Showstopper online. Of course, there is not going to be a push at all. It is an aggression on towards the B site here. FOKUS potentially going to play this a little bit faster, but we have seen them play one pick and then play slower. Fracture's not really a map that you can do that on as much as the others, but it is a split attack. Vilco manages to take out Hoka. There's such a big, important kill. Neural Theft now online as well. It charges fast, so get your wall hacks loaded. And now with the spike planted and a lower buy from Bitfix, lower numbers as well, they have all against them.
It's looking rough only with the sheriffs on the side of Bitfix. All the kills they can get is good. Gonna try to double swing star, but not getting anything. Also the Anya from behind, Missy getting mail. But he's the only one left to... Gotta have to do something. But looking mighty rough. Only thing we can get away with is some outgoing kills when they're escaping. And she's getting Adi with the sheriff. Such a clean shot coming out, but getting not caught on the way out. Shooting Star instead and getting some bullets down, but also Stralen dying to the spike.
Oh, that's actually a lot of damage from Sammy there. A kill onto Star. Apologies. I'm definitely going to call Star Addy a couple of times just because I'm so used to seeing that name next to the Phoenix. But the kills come through. The econ damaged. Of course, the buy looking very, very solid and a timeout being forced. You do have to imagine this is for the side of Bitfix here, just not able to get these retakes looking as solid as it was for Pearl. And there is the confirmation. The coach is going to have to really work out what is necessary. But if you look at the ultimates online, Sleepy, there's two really big important ones rocking up.
Yeah, definitely. We have the showstopper on Sammy can really put on some damage, even Nightfall. But also, if you look at Addy, she's one ult orb away from her own showstopper. So we might see a showstopper battle coming out here pretty soon. Also, we get Chamber ultimate coming out from Hookah. And even now we see Bridge and also have his ult pretty soon. So it might be some chaotic rounds coming here soon.
There's going to be a lot of back and forth here. But with the timeout now done, teams discussed, plans set in motion, and FOKUS already looking to lean up more towards the dish side again. It's been shut down before, so the pivot's going to come towards Arcade. And again, this pincer strat that really does rely on Vilco showing up here on her own. And to be fair, she has been doing precisely that, really, when the team need her. And we'll see if that momentum, if that performance can stay consistent.
Semantic Hookah trying to find something. Prowler's going to stop her. Forcing her back, but now we're seeing FOKUS getting control. Starting to get the control over the B side, forcing Hook into a very tough position. Getting caught by Nico, but getting Star in return. Wants to find more, but Spike's going down. You're gonna force them into post plan, but not really. Nightfall getting used to get the Spike down. Adi shutting down Sammy. And it's looking to a free 30 HP on Missy. Gonna be looking really rough for him right now.
Indeed, Vilco and Stralen, though, not too great looking on themselves. It's Addy with all the HP to make work. The information gained from Vilco with the Cypher Cam, but it is going to go out. And Maisie as well already got one. The showstopper is popped. That is from Addy. Sammy, of course, not able to use hers. The orbital strike to force her out of the angle. She does manage to take down Anya before she fries. But Maisie finds Vilco as well, and Bitfix off the back of the utility, off the ultimates that they have been so clean with, make another retake look so clinical.
Yeah, and we're seeing Bitfix don't want to give FOKUS so big of a lead, keeping it neck and neck, free stopping them, had the ball rolling. What do you think will be champion?
That's the thing. I mean, yeah, get your predictions now in the chat, because I think a lot of people would have said Sakura, but I think the chat has been showing its resident Bitfix Puppies fans. So it is really all to play for. Give them all the love, show them all the support that you can, because with back and forths next and next, as tight and as close as this, it is really necessary for both of these teams. And now Hoka just off the back of this aggressive B-main push, got caught in the back before by Ko, but Vilko's just feel cool enough to take her down.
Losing gun battle, but now we're seeing the focus running into the B side might force Bitfix another retake position. Also getting used everywhere. Looking for Nico finding only one getting killed in this ultimate storm. Adi finding 2 people, want to shut it down, want to take back the leading position they had. Spike has not been planned yet,
Spike planted.
but going down now.
That's a really big delay. Bitfix have played this really well with the Rolling Thunder, with the ultimates to get the delay onto the spike. So still plenty of time to work with, but these setups are very clean. Addy does whiff a little bit, but Mali with the double swing's going to be good, and she makes up for it more than enough. Add 3 to the kill feed. Focus on 4. And Bitfix needing to try and find a way to survive this. The economy looking a bit split-focused, and with no chamber ultimate to kind of cheat it through, looks like Sammy potentially on the hero rifle.
Yeah, it's been looking interesting. It was a lot of ultimates getting used in the past round. And it's starting to look pretty dry. We see Alicia still has her own. That's the only really thing we have now. When Spike is dropped in a Tiger spawn, trying to get some more picks out like we've been doing in the past maps.
And Sammy here, speaking of that pick, speaking of that icon, she's getting ready for the swing. She doesn't have it fully prepped yet, but Mizzy here, though, off the close angle. Distraction with the classic, potentially, but she has been read. Damage been done so smoothly for the side of Focus, surviving the fault line as well, not getting caught out by the utility stack. A disengage, though, from Focus, even off the back of a kill. Tried and tested, worked beautifully for them on Ascent. Of course, Fracture, different map with a bit more sightlines to it, but it looks like a regroup in towards the A site, and Sammy actually being red, but manages to steal a kill onto Mali from that distance. That's insane. But the Headhunter, meanwhile, from Hoka, not going to be able to find its mark, and an A site should be free enough, unless Elysian has something to say about it.
Armageddon is available to use if they want to try to contest this. Just keep on stalling. Sammy finding Adi, putting in a free situation. 11 HP on Sammy is not much to swing with. Armageddon rolling out. Spike is going down, but are you gonna get punished for it? Elijah with the Sherry from nowhere.
What in the hell was that shot? And now off the back of it, Star going to have to try and run this back, try and make something. She immediately gets shut down, but that is a 1 for none. Sammy's still on basically 0 HP, but we've seen what she can do with it before, but she's not getting cleared. Star is able to survive. The curveball comes through. The distraction with Vilko is absolutely smooth, and Focus do hold firm, but that's not a bad showing from the Puppies.
Definitely not. I feel like all these rounds are so close and really comes down to like the last straw. I also hear the timeout coming out from the defenders of Bitfix, taking their second timeout now. I would like to imagine. Trying to figure out what they can do. You were talking a little bit about them going, hopefully going as good as they can into defend, but on attack, making Focus struggle.
Yeah, definitely. This is very, very pivotal here for Focus. They're not getting easy rounds, but they are getting them converted regardless. And it is the Puppies here on the second timeout. They realize how pivotal this defense is going to be. It is a tough map to defend on. It is a rough map just with these angles and such. So, Puppies get one more round. Genuinely, you look at it at 4.5 going into attack. That's very, very solid. That's definitely workable, especially with the initiator comp that's being run. So not out of the woods just yet for Focus, and a big shout out. Yes, Mali does love indeed collecting the Pokemon cards, as we all do. We'll see if they can collect the W as well for the Cash Cup.
It's to decide timeout now over, and how we're looking on the attacking side. It might be again a split up call. Spike's moving towards A. I think there were a bit of disagreement, but also we're looking at the B side from Bitfix. It's a hard stack. Really want to go out with a fighting.
Right here.
Try and take something. And the fault line coming through on towards Arcade. Puppies really wanting to get this angle close, but that means the dish execute does need to come through now, and the information will be given. One lone player in Hoka on the site, now able to get out of Sands. The rendezvous, such an important piece of utility to do that, and the spike. This has backfired before for FOKUS when they take so long to get the spike planted. The indecisiveness potentially going to bite them. Plenty of time to get it covered. Mali going for this jump on the dish, and Star trying to follow up, but pays the price heavily. It's Addy at least to get the trade through. One more kill does get the showstopper online. The Aftershock not able to dislodge Vilco down. No neural theft online, though, does mean the positions of these Bitfix Puppies players are not going to be known. Decent spray, decent damage, but the time is ticking. Vilco does fall eventually due to the spray, and the crossfire here from Stralin and Addy. It's going to have to be perfect. It's going to have to be insane, but no one checks the corner. That's one, that's two. It needs to be the third. Pulls out the molly. Does get it fired. Anya doesn't get the kill in time and just has to watch the spike detonate in front of her eyes.
Oh, what a play. Not even trying to go for a like gun battle. Got her too. Way happy with it. Pulling out the molly. Knows the time ain't enough. And it surely isn't. We saw how disappointed they were also dropping the guns, knowing what happened to them. A little quicker on the trigger, and it might have been saved.
Need equipment.
Almost certainly it would have been. That was a nice double stack from Addy and Stralin, and clear your corners. Just remember, as we all do, I don't play Pokemon. Well, you should start. It's fun, even if it is a hell of an investment. Even if it will make your finances look mostly red and potentially reflect the state of Bitfix Puppies right now. Again, hero rifles online, but lower buy to try and make something happen.
Sounds like making happen indeed. Now seeing Spike moving towards A. From Hall. Not really seeing any positioning taken from the side of Bitfix. Might want to go on this retake once again. Low on weapons from the side of Bitfix after trademark getting shot down. Seeker's not gonna find anything. A lot of util getting used to get in on sight. Ari on top of the boxes. Not really finding the headhunter mark either this time. And it's looking like it's much control from the FOKUS on this side. Spike gonna go down, but not really finding the head of Anya. Star's gonna come out with live ahead. Also see Sammy once again on the back door, finding two players down from FOKUS, and they might be able to do them once again for Bitfix.
Oh, Sammy gonna try and make all of this work herself. The satchel just to make Stralin's aim work extra overtime. That's exactly what it's going to do. And Mali falls there. A massively clutch up flank from Sammy, and the gunfights all go her way. Puppies are not going to look at a 9-3 scoreline. At the very best FOKUS could get is 8-4, but the Puppies smell blood, potential, absolute capitalization off the back of it, and Sammy particular looking to stop this show.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And what I'm feeling also from this matchup, it's a lot of ultimates. Now if you look on the side of FOKUS, all 5 members of them got their ultimates. So it gotta be hard for them to now to stop this, have showstopper to show for them. But will it be enough to shut them down?
We will have to see. Potential for them here. But now with 90 seconds on the clock, plenty of stuff to work with, all things considered. As you said, full ultimate stack, but Sammy's already taken down. That's a 2 for essentially the showstopper duel coming through. It's Sammy to fire the rocket into Addy, and Addy's doesn't hit the mark. Showstopper for showstopper, a 1 for none in this position. Vilco has to do something incredible on towards Arcade, but Maisie's going to shut that down before it ever starts. No games to be played, and Stralin and Mali have to just kind of wait this one out now. Not enough utility to get onto the site. Spike in play, but there may be a call for the save as Bitfix just looking so dominant on this defense now.
Yeah, one ultimate down, showstopper from Adi, but still having both the bridge and nightfall from Mali ready to use if they want to commit to this round. Those 4 members alive from the side of Bitfix, not really finding the bullets here.
30 seconds.
Might find the Anya finding Sammy a lot of close converse, 680 HP is all she needs. But now it's Mali for 3 HP and a lovely dream. Can she make it? Maybe get 1 or 2 picks out. She have been doing it before.
10 seconds left.
But I think she's happy with the weapon she has in hand.
Yeah, kind of needs to just be saved through. The economy isn't the best for FOKUS. This is an important Vandal to have, and 2 ultimates committed. Overall, both showstoppers go down, but Sammy just getting so much value, and that Star falling before the run it back could even go through. That was essentially a 2k if you look at it from Sammy. Very, very pivotal kill, and it does allow Bitfix Puppies 1 round away for an even slash line that FOKUS very well may find themselves staring down the barrel of here, Bear. This might be the beginning of their end unless they can lock in.
Does anyone have funds?
This is the last round indeed. Got 4 ultimates to show for them. Still from FOKUS side, they want to use them all. Meanwhile, still Rolling Thunder is usable for Bitfix. Sammy once again taking the angle, might find something, running back, getting used by Star. Trying to find something, finding Hookah, mid TP, absolutely disgusting. Want more, Missy hiding, getting tagged in the end. 3 ultimates left to go.
Spike planted.
With this now coming through the double flank from Elysian and Anya. The Nightfall as well onto the defender side spawn. 1 more kill here for Anya would mean the Rolling Thunder online, but no kills to be seen. Kill feed basically lights up red. Sammy, the one, the myth, the legend. Everything on her shoulders, which has been done so far before. It is the last round. She might as well go for this fight. But a 1 versus 4, even Sammy cannot do something like that. Stralin finds her in the Cypher's cage. And a 7-5 scoreline. It's something, but honestly, I think if you're the Puppies, very, very confident half still played.
7-5 moving into the half time. You were talking about it, that this would be harder for FOKUS to deal with on the attacking side. So how do you think it will do it? Will it be more aggressive on the side, or may play more passively?
We'll see if it goes passively. We'll see if it does go passively indeed. The final pistol round now of the entire series of Cash Cup for May. And if the Puppies already won the first, if they can win the second, they really do look on their potential to run it down, to prevent FOKUS from taking a clean sheet and instead put them in second place, hand them a silver trophy for their attempts. But it all starts with this pistol.
Close, Nico finding Sammy, getting taken out by Elisha back though. Another close quarter, Stralin. Elisha goes down, sitting in the smokes, playing hide and seek. Which smokes are he in? Is not that one. It comes out in the end. 43 in the numbers towards FOKUS. Now slowly changing position, going back to attacking and defending. But for Septic, Hookah not finding the headhunter shot, but the rest of the members are moving carefully towards the A site.
That's a massive kill, a massive timing from Star. Shining Beacon now 4 versus 2 retake scenario here. Once this spike gets planted, you would think this is FOKUS's round to lose, but we've seen what Anya and Mizzy can do. Fault line online in 5 seconds does mean as soon as the spike gets planted, they will have that utility online. But Mizzy goes hunting, tries to find an angle, gets picked up for it, leaves Anya in this 4 versus 1. She's going to try and do everything, but the vultures are circling, the blood is smelled, and it's Star to go fully supernova and take FOKUS's on this pistol round. 1 apiece for them in that regard.
Yeah, very long sneaking around in attacking spawn. We're seeing that FOKUS actually gonna take the first pistol round. During the first half, it was a Bitfix taking it, but not really here right now. Less but 2 goes in the chat. Eco and Veggie Hot Dog. Warm welcome in the chat.
Big shout outs to the squad. Hello, squad.
This goes here.
Been seeing you doing well. Very, very happy and very nice to have you here. Of course, big shout out just to everyone that is watching. We do appreciate the world, and a big shout out to the fans of Bitfix who maybe do need to start yelling a little bit louder. Focus do seem locked in. The concentration is there. Of course, Hoka going to be able to get out pretty easy with the rendezvous, but some information found in a very weak economy coming in. Another round for Focus arguably to lose. See if it comes through. Sammy here has always been so good with her timing, always been so good with her shots, and this time not going to be enough, particularly catch the Stralen out. Paint Shell's trying to repaint a better picture. Not going to get the frag alone. A double commit on towards the single sheriff. And in fact, Bitfix are rotating from Dish. They want to take this fight. They seem composed. And it's Hoka to fight back.
Looking to fighting back, putting it a 4-4 situation. Member of FOKUS still want to get through to the A side. Still the mainly FOKUS. Not really want to back off. Slowly, as they've been doing in the previous maps and round, trying to drop down, but not getting caught in the end. Don't have the time to drop back, but Missy dumping down with the bandit, getting Stralem,
30 seconds
picking
left.
up the Guardian. Elijah, Sheriff uses, get bullets, and Spike is gonna go down. Much damage coming out on Elijah, 8 HP. Still not a really rough situation here. It's a 2v3 situation, but a lot of low HP values. But now it's Nico down. Adi getting 1, Adi getting 2. Can make it happen. Another nade going in. 8 HP. Adi with a dream and a guardian in her hand.
Oh,
Looking
it's
forward to find Anya.
Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. Oh, surely she can. Surely she can. But Adi adds another 3. The 3K mistress. A clutch and a half. It shouldn't have been so close for the Puppies, but no cigar regardless. She keeps her team strong. Another skin of the teeth clutch. But Focus do keep the momentum going.
Indeed. Now they're on their first bonus round, but still lost 4 members in previous round, making this a lot harder to win. This should be a win for Bitfix right now. We'll see how the bot, basically a full kit, Vandal, full armor. Don't think we miss Anja with the regen shield right now. Might be her doom. Seeing Raze picking up the Bucky, not really seeing a lot of shotguns lately. Might be interesting to see how we're able to utilize it.
Oh, if anything, get your current patch spam ready, because the Bucky doesn't do anything in that way, especially if it's Sammy with the run and gun looking so clean. Vilko, though, does hold her ground, tries to get the gun upgraded. She's trying her best, but Anya, presence of mind, knows to take that fight. The bandit not going to be able to steal much away in towards tower. Mali's already been figured out. The double swing attempted. Mizi does fall. Commiseration kill at the very least. Guardian online, though. The damage that this gun does is fearsome. But Anya, with a 3K of her own there, gets a decent chunk on towards the Rolling Thunder. And a statement still made by the Puppies.
A very nice shutdown to FOKUS wins got the first 2, and now it's time to Bitfix to start stepping it up, having the chance to get a full buy once again. So this will be our first actual round walking in. Seeing a lot of weapons by the light shield coming out from Stralen, focusing the smokes and the util instead. And how we're looking on the attacking is a movement towards the A side and the B side at the same time.
Oh, and a big push out of the B main immediately here. Semantic Hoka will not be found any semantics here, as Focus such a clean push. They found the spike as well. This is absolutely pivotal, but surely Sammy's not going to be known. She's managed to steal 2.
No,
Make
Sammy!
it 3! If she is alive, then you have something to worry about. Vilko able to stop the bleeding, but that's a hell of a gash that's just been opened up onto the side of Focus. Concentration potentially wavering. Alicia does need to get this timing, does need to get this shot, but Star does get the angle. This last position, this last player for Mizzy, though. Position unknown. Spike can be secured with the smoke, but Star's already there with the curveball. Beautiful throw, but Mizzy ready to reposition. The shots don't find their mark. Star does fall. Vilko in a 1v1 needs to win this, and she does do exactly that. Focus. These rounds are They're winning these rounds, but they are not won clean.
I mean, I don't know if Sammy can keep putting herself in this situation. all the member of FOKUS around her still getting out their 3 kills in her bag is absolutely insane. How she can keep on doing this. I don't know how many times she's been doing this in this series alone. An absolute beast. But also a lot of people going down, as you say, from FOKUS side. So it's not really that much losing for him.
Oh, this could be a big loss here. The dish commit off the back of the utility. Sammy with the boombot. The immediate curveball, close angle, but Sammy gets the kill. Immediate showstopper out of the sky. Mali's so damn fast. Gets the orbital strike, even survived, along with an extra kill, an extra notch on the barrel of the gun. Surely this is a push that really cannot come through. Speaking of a push, Addy with the showstopper through the door. Tries to double up. Mizzy does shut down the overheat. Still a 3 versus 2 scenario with the guns in hand. Mizzy so little HP, and Vilko with the neural theft for the wall hacks online. Puppies consistently on the back foot. But FOKUS, can they make this a consistent and a confident round win?
But now seeing FOKUS are set up on A side between Bitfix alone on the B side, knowing the information now that the tripwire has been destroyed. Spike also going down, 15 HP on this breach. It's not much to play around with. In the Thieves head coming out from Nico. And yeah, it's looking really rough. Getting one, but getting caught in the end. 4K coming out from Mali.
Nightfall is online, and night may be falling. The sun might be setting on the Puppies. A little bit of extra showmanship, I guess you could say. It is still Vilko to get the defuse. Of course, no value to be found if Mali does it. And there is plenty of time on the clock. But yeah, there is double and triple taps that you will never see anywhere else. Welcome to Game Changers in a nutshell. You gotta make sure your opposition are dead.
I mean, I don't really know we can call them taps anymore. I thought my mag dumps it by this point. But Outbreak, except one, have been playing with each other at least one of before Bitfix Puppies.
Ults online though for both sides. Elysia with that Armageddon, but the orbital strike needing to get farmed up by Mizzy yet again. That was a big commitment ult that didn't get its value, and it might have already sealed the deal here. Another lower buy, all things considered. Guardians online, and it means the Outlaw is an operator, and Addy is one of the smoothest of her entire class. Already a big kill picked up. Sammy, the hero of the moment, and the orbital strike to force the opposition into the side of FOKUS. Tower is held down. A meteor struck, and the Puppies on one last gasp for air.
It is focused on match point right now. They can take home the entire series. It's the best of 3 grand final victory. All that is now is 1 round left for them to take. But it's all not over until it's actually over. We can always see a Bitfix pulling it through to the end, since Sammy really on fire at this moment.
If it is, it's going to the bitter end. And again, another weak buy from the Puppies. The economy just not really matching up here. Potentially playing around the assumption that there would be at least 1 or 2 rounds converted. But look at the pace now. FOKUS are so confident. Arcade already clear. Does give information that Addy can sit comfortably, but not if Sammy's got anything to say about it. Guardian online. Anja as well. The lower buy guns have been doing so much damage. The gun upgrade as well. The lurk within the smoke to try and catch out Star. She makes it work. A potential flawless from the Puppies, and then round 19 coming up.
Out now, they always can do is winning these low eco rounds. Also, who can try and find with the headhunter, but Anja finding it instead. Now it's the hunt on Mali, not finding it with Anja. Low HP, Boombo going out, trying to find something. How to the mine out. But let's say Bitfix are not done yet. FOKUS still need to win 1 more round.
Bitfix Puppies only need 5. Everyone start getting them prepped in the chat. The countdown may be on. That was the weakest buy. The Armageddon still online for Elysian as well. That's forced a timeout here from FOKUS. A double-edged sword, though. That does mean the coach is online for Puppies. They burnt both of their timeouts in the first half. So now that they've managed to make FOKUS play a little bit stressed here, 1 more last-ditch attempt to speak to the coach, try and get a play set up. and executed to convert this. If this fails, if this timeout does not go the way of FOKUS, they will have another to try and get a round stolen away. But the Puppies potentially to build a lot of momentum here.
I mean, I totally agree. It's a double-edged sword. I don't really know if you actually want to take this timeout because you're giving Bitfix that are on the edge right now, one game from losing the title, a chance to speak to the coach, maybe find something to get them back in the game. Maybe the coach has been sitting, screaming in his or her chair like, why don't you do this? And now finally get the time to talk to them. So this might actually come around and bite them in the back if Bitfix actually gets something out of their coach.
Yeah, indeed. It's really all down to this now. It just is fact of the matter. And a big shout out will be Jamie, likely yelling with the Irish tones. I do know that feeling, of course, to try and get the Puppies still online. And of course, as well, Cheeky in the backup. And yeah, we don't really need to run it through for FOKUS, but if we may as well, of course, Rilego and Seekdet trying to make something happen. And speaking of something happening, Stralen's getting absolutely repainted. The walls covered in red. Can't tell if it's the grenade or if it's the blood of the former controller living up their best life. And the kill feed still looking red. FOKUS not able to find anything. A decisive round win from the Puppies, not even allowing FOKUS a moment to breathe. They only need 4, Sleepy.
I'm saying that timeout might have been a bad thing to do in this. After that round went by so quick, the coach said to Bitfix to do one thing and they did it to the maximum. 3 or 4 rounds from a possible overtime.
That goes there.
And truly, what a round from Bitfix Puppies.
Oh, every round's gonna be what a round. Every round needs to be what a round. Alicia with the Armageddon as well. Potentially could get a free kill on the Star here, depending how the run it back is used. Of course, the map spread, not really going to highlight it, but speaking of Anya now with the Rolling Thunder online, FOKUS are in a decent position here. They can afford to give a round or 2 away and not have to commit the ultimates, but at the same time, every round that Bitfix Puppies gets, one more moment. And Hoka here with the hold. Star not going to have any clue about that. And already an excellent opening pick from the chamber.
Now we're moving towards the A side. There's no one there to defend it. Also, ultimates are available. God, Heos ultimate can stall the spike for a lot of time. Also, bridge. Also got it. I can't even speak anymore.
It's happened. This has been a mind melter, all things considered, and minds may be melted here. The heads may be found by Hoka. The shots do not find their mark initially. A bit of a readaptation, a bit of a re-aim, bit of a transfer there. A hell of a wide swing from Mali. Sheriff in town, basically tanking a Rolling Thunder all on her own. Meanwhile, Stralen able to use the distraction perfectly. Mali's done exactly what Sammy's done on previous rounds here. 2 versus 3, but timing still to be cut down. Armageddon just to buy the time to make this so difficult for FOKUS. And Sammy cuts down 2. Mali's position not found initially, but 20 HP. Sammy for 3 as well. They only need 3. The Puppies are barking. They are making themselves heard. I think FOKUS are starting to get nervous under the cries.
I mean, so many times these 10 players have been mind-blowing this entire series. I mean, I cannot blame my brain from just laying off completely. And here we go, the other timeout coming out from FOKUS, once again giving Bitfix Puppies their 4th timeout this map, which can be devastating. We already saw what happened the first time they took the timeout. 2 straight wins coming out quick in succession also. We might be seeing a different story now when the Sakura FOKUS might be coming up to some different ideas.
Here's the thing, FOKUS, to get these ultimates online, the Nightfall, to get everything kind of good to go, to have a full closet of utility and ultimates online, you really need to play the ult economy. You need to play around these orbs, and you basically need to do another round if you want that full setup. Of course, if you can, convert the round without the ults, that's fantastic, but Puppies, they're still been cycling their ults pretty flawlessly. Still the showstopper online, 1 off from Mizzy on the orbital strike to make that post-plant scenario. You highlighted the difficulty that Tejo can make for a post-plant for a retake, but Brim, the orbital strike, a different beast altogether, Bear. And only 3 rounds left for the Puppies. Can they get this underway?
Chamber ult getting used from the start, getting thrown away from Prowler. Still moving towards the B side, majority of them.
Oh my days, the big
showstopper out. Sammy trying to find someone, anyone with the showstopper. Can she do it? Shaking in the corner, but doing it too late, turning around. It's so devastating, giving Star a free kill and also with the run back available. This might be hard for him. Still, the orbital strike in use, and also Anja falling down. This needs to be happening quick.
Oh, the timing!
With the flank from Elisha, finding one, but not everything that they need. Decade out. It's rough. Need to find something. Not finding the duel, and Mali is putting down, and FOKUS Sakura with the thrifty ending this best of 3. Big and huge congratulations.
Congratulations, FOKUS, and a heartbreak from Puppies. So close. They'd done the impossible. They'd taken a map off Sakura. That was the time to shine, but the execute just not quite there. The timing really attempted by the side of Puppies just to steal something away by Elysia specifically, but FOKUS really keeping the concentration, keeping that mental up, and just being able to hold out. An unfortunate showstopper 50-50 from Sammy, and I think Star managing to survive in that corner was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it was many ultimates used the round before, and also with the orbital strike being down for the final seconds, it's so devastating. This was such a really close. This was the last timeout. Sakura FOKUS had the last talk to the coach. This is apparently what they needed. Here's the MVPs also. Sammy again, 26 kills up, and if you look at the way of the FOKUS Sakura, they're all pretty equal in the kills department. I feel like they were all synchronized and did their part and really helped the team as a whole to win.
It's a concern when consistency is the name of the game. Sammy, we could not speak highly enough of her performance, but whenever you're looking at the kind of kill-death spread being 17 between Sammy and Hoka, that is a bit of a rough showing. You know, compare that to, as you said, 6 kills between Stralin and Mali isn't near as much of a difference. It does go to show that just Sakura had everyone firing on all cylinders, and Puppies just didn't have that numbers, didn't have the cohesion to really keep it running for this third and final map. It's an absolute slog, even in a best of 3, whenever you get to that final map, especially whenever, map number 2 was as close as it was as well back on that Pearl. So a heartbreak for the Puppies, but honestly, a hell of a performance from them nonetheless. And to take the only map off FOKUS Sakura for the entire Cash Cup is still an accomplishment. And the silver trophy, it's bittersweet, it's not gold, but the Puppies should be very, very proud of themselves for this performance.
I mean, absolutely. FOKUS Sakura came in this completely undefeated, and like even taking one map of them is already huge. And like Pearl, the map they took was, I mean, it was really good from their performance. So they should really be happy with the effort and the and what they could accomplish in this tournament.
It's just full accomplishments here from everyone else. I do really think we should kind of look back on, even give the commiserations a little bit more to Sammy in terms of just an overall highlight, because again, really trying to make sure that the Puppies did have everything going for them. The clutch on Pearl that even took us to this map was nothing short of insane. And it would be, I think, quite remiss to not point out such a Star performance, even if literally it was Star on the other side creating so much problems for the opposition there. But both teams really did play their hearts out.
I mean, I feel like Sam got a big highlight reel to make from this series. The amount of clutches she pulled through with the operator, with just being surrounded by FOKUS Sakura, and to being so incredibly hard-headed, just keep so cool in these hard situations. So it's really fun to see.
hard-headedness and stubbornness. If it doesn't work, if it isn't broke, do not fix it. If it is broke, if it doesn't work, absolutely do fix it. That's not the right saying at all, but this is what happens whenever the minds get melted. I mean, genuinely, a very fair play to these teams. You know, we've been running this for basically close to 3.5 hours now, close to it. So it must have been a hell of a slog for both of them, and to keep the mental going, to keep the composure and the performance as high as it was, you are just going to have to rely on the true consistency and key, and that's what Sakura did. But Pearl, looking back at Sammy, the map that Puppies did take off of Sakura, and from a performance like this, you cannot really say anything else.
I mean, definitely not. As I've been saying so many times, Sammy was actually insane on this map. I don't really know how many times she took these aggressive angles. First, second round, and eliminated the player FOKUS Sakura in the first 2 seconds, his 6 first blood. And I promise at least 4 of them was in the first 3 seconds of a round, which is insane. I think we had 1 round total that we had 5 players in more than 1 minute.
Yeah, Sammy, whenever the confidence came up, Sammy really rocked up on Pearl. I mean, that the tour de force shot into Headhunter double kill for that post plant was absolutely scenes. One of the cleanest kind of double kills I think we've ever seen. And I forget what round it was, but I'm sure you'll remember this, Sleepy. So do you remember the quick scope? Do you remember the quick scope that she did down B long? That thing was disgusting.
I feel like that's one of the kills it's hard to not remember because it's just so incredibly insane. I think it was the quick scope, but then two other kills coming out for like 3 kills total in that round. It's totally insane how she keeps hitting these shots.
Just consistency was the name of the game. Unfortunately, just some of the rest of the Puppies were not able to find themselves the same level of performance. Of course, it's difficult to find a performance as good as 400 ACS on a winning map like that. But this is the way the cookie crumbles. And unfortunately, just not enough for her. I do think we really want to kind of look at in terms of the controllers as well. Unless, do you have anyone, Sleepy, that you would like to call out?
I mean, I already made my call out. It's Sam from Bitfix Puppies, but also both Adi and Star from the side of FOKUS Sakura really had such a great team play. And I really felt like they were playing off each other so well.
They really, really were. But that is going to be us, I believe. We've got all the stats. We've ran through everything. A big congratulations again to the members of FOKUS Sakura, to the squad, to take away that top spot. Of course, now getting themselves into stage 3 for the game change as well. Already did have that spot, but they do get the seating a little bit more comfy either way. So a big congratulations and a massive commiserations to the Puppies. But to put up such a performance, I doubt this will be the last time we see them.
I mean, definitely not. If they just keep on shooting like they were, I mean, I think we'll see them in finals next time.
I think we will, but we will see you in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Big thank you to the teams. A massive thank you for you watching us at home. Big shout out to the production, Mr. Foxy, Fox, and Scissors, always making sure that we look and sound as best as possible for you guys. And a massive shout out to you, Sleepy. Very, very fun to share the desk. Had an absolute blast. It was a pleasure. And until next time, hopefully sooner rather than later, you all stay safe, keep yourselves well. You are loved. We'll see you soon.